Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, bang, oh, bang, bang, bitch, nigga, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, about to have me some Duckton. Where the what the heck? What did he go? I had my mouth. What the
He's sleeping now. Because they want to get him good and strong. So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass.
First things first, in this lame duck session.
My administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough.
I started having second thoughts almost the moment I sat down on the plane.
Lights off! Off! Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn.
We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
So I changed my return flight and flew back on the first available flight I could take.
I'm sick and tired of smart guys. I'm sick and tired of ordinary people being fleeced. I'm tired of being quiet. I'm sick and tired. I'm just sick and tired. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
With great power comes great responsibility.
You want to see a bird graveyard? You just go. Take a look. A bird graveyard? Go under a windmill someday. You'll see more birds than you've ever seen ever in your life.
Tonight, we find out who is this week's Trash Bag Human of the Week in tonight's Lame Duck. TFP presents the Lame Duck Session.
So for the generation that is born right after the crisis, we call them the prophet archetype, and that would be, for instance, boomers, but we've had many other examples. Indulgently raised in a very secure era, they come of age during these times of spiritual awakening, a lot of protest, a lot of social special divisions, and they break through. They try to, they want to individualize the country. They want to free individuals from the sort of tyranny of the collective.
Give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Everybody wanna ride for it with no car. Make a lot of money, live life like the stars do. If you do what they do, then what kind of king are you? Don't let money change you for the bad. Do what God's do. Everybody say they want power, but they don't really want power. They let the money hold the fame, make them a dummy. Money never made me, bitch, I'm making the money. I keep a smile every day, whether rain or sunny. A main bitch a day, wanna chick kept it 100. A young 5'6" addict who love to get blunted. Off in the bed, I'm the dog, that's right, I'm atomic. Bury the bone in the cat, get back to the money. All the jealousy and lying niggas throwing at each other over crumbs on the cool, it's hard to consider. Some of you niggas to be real, cause you're real bitch made. These days, and a whole be harder than niggas. But I don't give a fuck, never have, never will. Real niggas really scared to tell it like it is. So many heartbreaks, hella blood, sweat, and tears over game. Now this is how I feel, tell them I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Was a peacemaker, now a menace like the cane, nigga. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. We were never in the same class, you a lame, nigga. I don't got time to be dissing a nigga who ain't worth a penny, cause mentally I'm too above for dissing the fake. On top of that, I'm a player, the player hating that's never been in my blood, nigga. That's ammunition for hate. If I call up the cavalry, it'll be a fatality. One phone call, they'll be minutes away. Better make peace with your creator, cause on the cool, I don't think you wanna perish a cent of the day. Money on the mind, vision on the prize. Look into my eyes, you will see the devil is alive. Real warriors of God live eternally, and if you know the definition, baby, I will never die. Finally got the key of life. If you listen to my new shit, I got the blueprint to set the street afire. The majority of niggas in the game ain't fucking with the method of business that we apply. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. You a lame, nigga. Give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, give a fuck. Give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck, give a fuck.
The following announcement has been paid for by TFP Politics.
Bless, Leif, Clems. Cat in the building with the tape fist tight. Ricardo on the mic, yeah, he's spitting that fight. Mike is right, with the vision so clear. Political prophet dropping truth in your ear. Progressive moves, but we keeping it raw. Individual minds breaking every damn law. Social conservatism got the crowd in a trance. Take fist politics, we advance in the stands. Put your take fist in the air, let it rise. Feel the power of the truth in your eyes. From the left to the right, we unite. Take fist politics, gonna shine so bright. MD20 in the cut with the plan. Building up the movement with a taped up hand. Progressive dreams in a conservative frame. Individual voices calling out every name. Progressive moves, but we keeping it raw. Individual minds breaking every damn law. Social conservatism got the crowd in a trance. Take fist politics, we advance in the stance. Once you take fist in the air, let it rise. Feel the power of the truth in your eyes. From the left to the right, we unite. Take fist politics, gonna shine so bright.
New golden age. New golden age.
A new golden age.
A new golden age.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, another edition. TFP 2.0, or as I like to say, TFP Wolfpack, red and black. I'm in the house. MD, what's going on? Somebody in the chat, let me know that you can hear me clearly, like Mike TV. Let me know that you can hear me clearly. Hey, we got a great show tonight. The politics of guns is what we're going to be talking about. This is part 2 in the MGSD series that we're doing for the month of August. Of course, next week will be the politics of sex. Ricardo, I need you in the building for that one, buddy. I need you in the building for that. The politics of sex. Like I said, it ain't gonna be no raunchy. I try to tie everything socio-politically. So, that's gonna be the show. Then the last one, part 4, will be the politics of drugs. Well, we'll be exploring a myriad of topics that's drug related. It ain't gonna be about smoking weed and no shit like that. Possibly, but it'll be in a political fashion. So, with that being said, my co-host Van Cat, peace, what's happening?
What's going on, MD?
Hey, I can't call it. I hear like some background feed. I guess that's your TV in the background.
It should be, but it shouldn't be there right now.
I don't hear it now. I heard it when you first got on.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah,
I'm always having problems getting on.
Oh, go ahead.
I was always having problems getting on. I got to go through the YouTube channel, not the StreamYard. Usually I'll be able to go through StreamYard, but I don't know what it is. It's just every time I have to go through the chat on YouTube.
I have no idea. So you couldn't use the link in the group chat.
No, the link. I think. Hold on, the link worked, but like when I go in the StreamYard on my own,
the
I used
actual
to do
studio.
that.
Yeah.
It'll never work.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
But
yeah.
But in any event, we got a good show tonight. Like I said, the politics of guns, part 2 of the MGSD series. I believe this will be another show where me and you might get to tussling just a little bit, not much, just a little bit, because I know how you feel. I may be able to catch you in some contradictions, but we'll see. We'll see. Before we get into the leading story tonight, I want to do some highlights because this is a topic focused show. I don't want to miss like big news that's going on during the week. So first, let me do this because I think this is important. So, if I can find it. So last week, lame duck number 4, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Johnson. We had some fun with that. I just want to give an update because some more things have came out since we did the show last week, and it's troubling. I believe if this goes down the way that it goes down, Dr. Umar Johnson may get an automatic bid in this year's inaugural Duck Cup. I believe because at this point he deserves it. That's just what it is. So
he's going for legendary status.
Hey, you see the headline: Dr. Umar Johnson facing loss of school campus, calls on supporters for help. So since we had the show last week, now it has been brought out that the city of Wilmington, Delaware, where the school is at, is basically putting the school or the campus as a whole, the buildings that's in the campus, putting them officially in eviction. So as we can see here, it says the notice reportedly stated that if the past due fees and outstanding utilities were not paid by August 25th, the campus would be sold. So that means he ain't been paying the damn bill, is what that means.
Oh boy.
Johnson claims that for 4 months he had been trying to get the city to apply a nonprofit waiver that would waive the fees. But he been collecting money on paying the bill. See, and this is what I'm talking about, folks. He been getting donations from you all in order to keep maintenance on these buildings, and he just said, bump it. I'm not paying it.
So where the money been going? It's paying his rent?
Your guess is as good as mine, Van Cat. So he said, look, I'm going to tell these people that, I need all these donations and so on and so forth for the maintenance of the school. But I'm going to tell the local government, because I guess he has some status of maybe 501c3. So I don't know. That, I'm the utility and the registration cost is going to be waived based on that nonprofit status. But that's not stopping him from getting money from you all, is what I'm saying.
Oh man, he going to jail. he going to jail, man.
So he's talking about waiving the fees, which he says the city has ignored. So he claiming that the city of Wilmington, Delaware, been ignoring his plea for a waiver. It says he also mentioned that the vacant property registration fee is being raised from $5,000 to $12,000 a year this fall. Now, I do know if a person owns a property that's not being used, the city taxes that property, and they call it a vacant tax. I know about that. It being $5,000, $12,000, why they upping it like that? I don't know. He could be lying about it. We haven't seen any. Nobody has seen the official paperwork, is what I'm telling you, Bankhead.
Wow.
So this all could be a farce. Nobody knows. In response,
it sounds like one. It sounds like one.
So it goes on to say, in response, Dr. Johnson urged his supporters to donate to the FDMG Academy via PayPal or Venmo to help pay the fees. He also called for a protest march on Wilmington City Hall to fight against what he calls racism and discriminatory treatment. Johnson stated that they plan to sue the city of Wilmington for racism and discriminatory treatment, and that no amount of sabotage will stop him from opening the academy. So I just wanted to give that update. Again, if that school end up getting took from him, automatic bid in the Duck Cup. And he might be a high seed. He might be a high seed. We don't know. We don't know, because that, like you said, that's legendary status. Go ahead.
He's misusing funds and then trying to use outside entities as the issue. That's some crazy stuff, man. Yeah, he's going to head for legendary status in a minute.
Shout out to Mike is right. I'm trying to figure out why you in the chat and your ass ain't up here on the panel. Different story for a different day. So let's go to another news item real quick. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom held a press conference. It is to my belief that, based on his wording, his vernacular, his mannerism in that press conference, he just leapfrogged the supposed bench come 2028. That's my opinion. You see the headline: 100%. California will move forward with redistricting vote to counter Texas, Newsom said. Now, if anybody didn't see the press conference, I urge you to go on YouTube and go watch it. To me, it was exhilarating as far as what we need within the Democratic Party right now. Now, again, it's a stark difference between federal and local and state government. I believe a few weeks ago we were talking about Democratic strategy, and I said I'm cool with, from a federal standpoint, the lie down and play dead and focus on pointing the finger at the atrocities in which this administration. I'm cool with that, because essentially, if you're looking at it in layman's terms, Democratic Party federally really can't do nothing. They can't do much. You know what I mean? But when it comes to state and local government, that's an entirely different story. And that's where your governors, your city councils, your state legislatures come in. What Gavin Newsom did today is, to me, is going to be the spark plug to go off on what the I guess you would say the collection of Democratic states could do in order to fight this current administration.
So that's him taking the leadership role.
There you go. And that's why I said he done put himself in position. So essentially, what he stated in the press conference was that come this November, during state and local election season, he's going to put up a proposition vote, giving the power to the people. We all about democracy at the end of the day. Giving the power to the people in order to give the go-ahead to do midterm redistricting in 2026, 2028, and 2030. That way, putting your foot forward as far as any future dominious things that the Republican Party does, because we don't know. Texas just could be the foundation. We don't know what these other Republican states are trying to do. So Newsom said, bump that. We gonna retroactively put ourselves in a position, if they try something, we can boom, counterattack. Just like that. In each mid cycle. I think it was brilliant. Brilliant.
Yep.
I just gotta keep it real.
I don't think it was brilliant. I think it was long overdue. I'm so sick of these Democrats trying to play moral police, sound like a bunch of van cats walking around. But this is right. It's supposed to be right. So why aren't they being right? To hell with right. Right don't win elections. If right won elections.
But I thought Mike was right.
And Mike is not in public office, is he?
See, exactly. I disagree with you. I disagree with you, Mike, and here's why.
I'm listening.
Because also in that press conference, he also noted that come 2030, which this is supposed to end, he's working with Padilla and Adam Schiff, Shifty Adam Schiff, in order to try to put legislation forward on the federal side to stop gerrymandering altogether. It's not the Democrats' position. I on the part saying they need to fight fire with fire and everybody need to be low blowing, I totally get it. But at some point in time, we got to say, hey, look, we got to put a cap on anybody being able to do this crazy shit. That's just a fact. And I believe what we're going to see from 2026 onward is going to be a push I'm talking about statewide, not federally, for all these podunk southern and midwestern states that's Republican to try to do what Hot Wheels Greg Abbott is trying to do.
Hot Wheels.
So the retroactive perspective, that's dead on. At this point, you got to ignore the rules. It's no holds barred.
I would like everyone to hear that he invented something that I never said, just so he could say he disagreed with me. I never said that I don't agree with what he just said, because I do. All I said
but your position though, Mike, is that you want to low blow all the time. We shouldn't have to low blow.
No.
Is what I'm saying.
I want to low blow because Democrats don't. They sit around and act like being the moral police is going to be the right. I'm so sick of you, Van Cat. You know what?
Man.
I'm gonna go look for a good picture. You just got me started. But anyway, they act like they've been doing this since Carter. No, we gotta be moral. We gotta be right. Oh, their guy got caught with a stripper. He's got to fire. Our guy got caught with a stripper. He's got to relinquish office. They were like, nah, we're not gonna do it. But you have to do it. No, I'm gonna stay here. But you got caught with a stripper, so that's Democrats. That's been Democrats for the entirety of my life. All I'm saying is, I don't want the same way I look at a woman in an abusive relationship and she goes, he's been abusing me for 25 years. And I go, that's your fault. Leave. The same way I say that.
But by that logic is that woman should be starting to turn around and whoop your ass. By that logic. When you gonna put the cap on it? When everybody gonna stop whipping each other ass?
She better do something. It's better than standing around doing nothing, getting a black eye every week talking about you open up the cabinet hard. Do something.
Tired of a mad black woman.
Hey, you better throw his ass in the hot tub. Get that
waiting to exhale, goddammit.
Damn right. You had to do something. At least the women did something. Do something. Even Seeley tried to fight back. Do something.
Yes, she did.
Democrats just sat around getting punched in the eye talking about, ow, did you see him hit me? Did you guys see him hit me? So I'm glad this man is going to do something. Fight for the right, but make sure, who said it? Nah, I can't even think about it. I thought it was Jesus or something, but fight for the rights, that's cool. But don't take too many rights to the face. That's all I'm saying. So I love to get a coalition of badass. I used to say it all the time. Why aren't we hiring these Republican strategists? I've been hiring these Republican strategists since Reagan. Who came up with that evil plan? Whoever wrote 2025, I'd hire him. Hey, how would you destroy your plan? You made it. You know how to do it. Oh, well, I can't do that. Here's 20 million. Oh, well, the first thing I would do is, that's how you beat it. Hire the devil. I'm all for it. Hire the devil.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Keysot, but it's a fact. If a woman sit around and get slapped for 25 years and don't do nothing, I don't feel bad for you. Leave. Tell your big cousin. Tell your uncle. Hell, call me. You can stay on my couch. Leave.
All right, cool. All right, so last headline before we get to the leading story. I didn't think it was going to happen, folks. I said on this show last week, I didn't believe it was going to happen. It was made official. Trump and Putin will meet tomorrow in Anchorage, Alaska, without Zelensky. Shout out to the one who shades the sun. So we're talking about a situation where you putting the onus on another country who's currently invading another country to come up with a seeding plan as far as land. Zelensky already came out and said, hey, look, I ain't agreeing to nothing got anything to do with land if I ain't at the table. He already came out and said it. Why would you gonna own a house and the man come in and beat your ass and sleep with your wife and smoke a cigarette in your own bed, and then somebody else gonna come in and agree upon how y'all gonna divvy up the rooms of the house? Hell no, it's not happening. I don't care how you. I don't care about how you feel about Ukraine or I don't. That's meaningless at this point. Diplomatically speaking, none of this shit makes sense. I don't even know what to expect tomorrow. I'll be sure to cover it next week, in some capacity, because it's important nonetheless. Because you are essentially allowing invader. You know what this is, and this, all my history buff. This is the Hitler and Neville Chamberlain meeting in London, pacifying Adolf Hitler in the 1930s. This is what this is.
What does history call Neville?
I don't know what they call him.
They call him a sucker. That's exactly what it is. He a punk.
But yeah, he damn sure was a sucker.
That's what I'm saying.
He damn sure was a sucker.
This is the exact same thing I was just talking about. The only reason they do this is because people allow them to do it. You a sucker. I just heard a dude telling me a story about his girlfriend got caught cheating and she stay out from home for 2-3 days, but he love her and don't understand why it's happening. It's happening because you a sucker. Same thing. This dude knew what Trump was doing and then went to go have a photo out with him in the White House. He punked you there, punked you after, let his little, I hate you, Van Cat, let his punk ass VP punk him on national television and then still went and made a deal with him. You a sucker. That's what it looked like. That's what you are. You a sucker. They need to get, whenever people talk about World War II and they talk about England, they don't even bring up Neville. They bring up Churchill. Why? Because Churchill wasn't no sucker. That's why. They only bring up Neville when they talk about the trash part. Because you's a sucker. They went and how you gonna let the dude that came over and kicked your dog, you gonna let his nephew who worked for the police department come over and take the police report? You out your damn mind? That don't make no sense. Trump is Putin's little puppet. I bet you smell his right hand and smell like Trump.
I was speaking to my mom. Shout out to mom, dude. I was speaking to her earlier about it. She said, hell, knowing Trump might come back after the meeting and say, hey, look, we giving Russia back Alaska. Ain't no more Alaska. It's back. It's back on the Russian Federation side. Matter of fact, hell, we're thinking about a few more states.
You were out, man. He might just tell him he giving them Georgia. And I ain't talking about the one you in.
Hey, man, look. Hell, it might be to a point we all talking about Das for Danya, goddammit.
Yes,
I don't know.
At least for a couple of years until we're talking that jazz, until we're talking Mandarin.
I have no idea. Yeah, well, maybe that too. All right, so those are the headlines that I got for this week. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I covered that since we're doing a topic center show today. So we talked about guns, the politics of guns, how they shape socio-economically, socio-politically our reality in the country. Like I said, I'm pretty sure me and Van Cat gonna get into some squabbles. That's fine. So in the first in our first story here, we're gonna talk about ghost guns. Are ghost guns cool? Should there be some form of regulation? What has the federal government via the Supreme Court, what have they done? So let's get into the leading story.
Now the story of a quiet, studious man from Brooklyn who's doing hard time upstate. He openly admits to assembling ghost guns at his home, which is illegal, but he says his constitutional rights are being violated. Tonight, our conversation from behind prison walls, beginning with the moment his life was upended.
6 o'clock in the morning, you're lying in bed.
Yeah.
What happens?
I hear a bang, and I see underneath the crack in my door, I see like weapon lights flickering back. I said, ooh.
Hands up. Get out of here right now.
So I said, hello. I'm Dexter Taylor.
My name is Dexter Taylor. Yo, we know your name. Come on.
Why are you looking for me? Because I still thought they had the wrong house. And then they said, yeah, we're here for you.
Police department, search warrant.
April 6, 2022, an elite NYPD unit forces its way into Dexter Taylor's home in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Come on. Keep a gun on. Keep a gun on that thing.
Why are you looking for?
Maybe it's the rifles you got laying around everywhere. We're gonna search warrant at this location.
Yes, sir. I know it's probably real, but can I see it?
It was an hours-long search of Taylor's packed home, found loaded with ghost guns.
They see his rifles. They are dressed to kill.
After a week-long trial earlier this year, Taylor, who's 53, was convicted of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon and other charges. He was sentenced to 10 years for making ghost guns. I met him at Coxsackie Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison in upstate New York.
In your home are 13 weapons, yes?
Yeah.
13 guns.
That sounds right.
What kind of guns do we have here?
All of them were either pistols or AR style. Right? I made a handful of Glock style pistols, and I want to say say 8 AR-style rifles.
These weapons are in the house?
Yes, sir.
They're in a closet? I saw pictures of them. They look like my suits in the closet.
Yeah,
they're stored. They're hanging like on hangers.
That's right, yeah.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Taylor is a self-described nerd and tinkerer. He graduated from Stuyvesant High School, studied biomedical engineering for a time at Johns Hopkins University, and later taught himself how to write code. He says he's been fascinated with guns since he was a child. His goal before the arrest, to develop better weapons systems for the police and military.
I have something to offer this industry. Guys like the guys who broke down the door of my apartment, right, spend a lot of time tuning their weapons. They might be able to use a system like I came up with. I wanted to work with these guys.
How do you think you got on their radar?
I know how I got on their radar. ATF has been driving search warrants around the country by going up to parts manufacturers and saying, run those lists for me.
Taylor had been under surveillance, flagged using his credit card and home address, ordering parts to build weapons. These guns and parts were unlicensed, unregistered, and illegal in New York. Overall, the NYPD says more than 1,000 illegal ghost guns have been recovered since 2022.
Did you have a license to carry a gun in New York City?
I still do have a license. It's called the Second Amendment.
Were your weapons registered?
No such registration is required.
Okay.
So in other words, I know what you're getting at, but you see what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Is that the law of the land supersedes the law of the state.
Do your guns have serial numbers?
No.
So to the people who say, come on, man, you know the law of New York State, you also know the Constitution, you know both of them, but the law is the law, and you're paying the consequences.
The states get to make their own laws, but none of those laws can contravene the Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights.
Didn't fire him, and she never took him out of his house. There's nothing more central to the Second Amendment than the individual right to bear arms in his own home.
Vinu Varghese is Taylor's attorney.
That is the ultimate legal question that's going to go to federal court. We knew we were going to lose the state court. We're going to lose at the mid-level appellate court. We're going to lose that in Albany, in New York State. But then we're going to come right back to Brooklyn in federal court there.
Constitutional law professor Gloria J. Brown Marshall.
The Second Amendment allows for the right to bear arms, but that is not an unlimited, unrestricted right. The right to bear arms, like every right within the Constitution, has to be balanced out with public safety, balanced out with the rights of others.
Taylor has a 16-year-old daughter. He says missing her is one of the hardest parts about being locked up, and says she is proud of his fight.
We watched the body cam video. It ended up very calm.
Yeah.
Undoing your shoelaces, put your glasses on your face.
Everyone was calm and respectful, and I played it calmly and respectfully as well.
People that have been convicted of manslaughter, people that have been convicted of molesting children are going to get out earlier than Dexter Taylor, who hasn't harmed anyone.
What do you want ultimately?
I hope that we can compel New York State to abide by the law. Again, the law of the land is clear. I'd like to have my conviction reversed and do what I originally planned, which was to buy some land in New Hampshire somewhere and make a gun lab and go start my second career in the firearms industry.
All right, we've got this breaking news just coming into our newsroom right now. The Supreme Court has issued a ruling on ghost guns. Let's cross over to our CBS News legal correspondent, Jan Crawford, who has all of the latest. Jan, great to see you. What's the update?
Well, Errol, I mean, obviously this is one of the biggest decisions of the term that we've been waiting on, and it's about, as you said, ghost guns. Well, what are ghost guns? Those are those unregulated, do-it-yourself guns that people can buy on the internet and put the pieces together, they're unassembled, and turn it into a gun. There are no background checks for these kind of weapons. You can lie about your age. If you're 16 or a criminal, you can get one. There are no serial numbers. And so as a result of this, the Biden administration decided to regulate them under an old gun control law. Some of the firearms manufacturers said that exceeded their authority. And this is now what the Supreme Court decided today, ruling with the Biden administration, and now the Trump administration has entered this case, ruling that the ATF does have that authority to regulate these ghost guns, that if you're going to sell a gun, like this, you've got to do a background check, you've got to put a serial number on it, and this is important because police, and we've talked to many of them, have seen an explosion of these kind of guns. More than 1,000% increase over the past 5 years that they've recovered at at crime scenes. So this is a significant case. Gun control advocates very closely watching it, but the court is allowing the ATF to go ahead and regulate these kind of ghost guns, as you said, as firearms. So bottom line, Errol, if it looks like a gun, it fires like a gun, it acts like a gun, they're going to treat it like a gun, and you've got to get those serial numbers on it to sell it and background checks as well.
When officers arrived, they made contact with the male who had a face mask on. That male was asked to remove his face mask, and officers immediately recognized him as a suspect in the New York City shooting.
With that, the manhunt is over. This morning, the suspect accused of shooting United Healthcare CEO 1 week ago is in police custody. We're talking about 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. He was identified and arrested inside a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. He's now charged with murder.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio shows us how a tip led to his arrest.
This morning, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is in custody for the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Police saying the man was arrested at this McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania after nearly a week-long search. The break came when an employee recognized Mangione from the surveillance images and called police. Police discovered Mangione had a passport and several fake IDs, including a fake New Jersey ID, the same one allegedly used to check into a hostel in New York. Police say he also had a 3D printed silencer and a 3D printed ghost gun, which is untraceable with no serial numbers, as well as a 3-page document which sources say mentioned United Healthcare by name and included the quotes, "These parasites had it coming, and I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done."
I understand people have real frustration with our healthcare system. This killer was not a hero. He should not be hailed.
Mangione was valedictorian at an all-boys prep school in Baltimore. He went on to earn a master's in engineering at the University of Pennsylvania. Overnight, New York prosecutors charged Mangione with second-degree murder in the death of Brian Thompson. He's also charged with possession of a loaded firearm, possession of a forged instrument, and criminal possession of a weapon.
All right, so there you have it. You know, that's the little thing on how this phenomena.
I'm gonna tell you, MD. I'm gonna tell you, MD. When I get in my car, I'm gonna wind my window down, and the wind will dry my tears. I am not feeling bad for that guy. I am not.
Well,
I am not.
Ask you to
Oh, stop it, man! Stop it!
Feel bad for
I saw that little surgical job you did.
You are a hypocrite.
I saw it.
What are you talking about?
You are a
No. Who's a hypocrite?
No, so
you.
I am not a hypocrite.
Oh, see, Mike done went at you. I ain't had a chance to do it yet.
You
Mike
tell
done
me
went
to
at
stand
you.
up for these laws. You tell me that law. You sit up here and make when we're talking about the Second Amendment. You stand up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the law. But when it comes to this guy, all of a sudden the laws don't matter. There are no laws on ghost guns. There are no federal laws on ghost guns.
No, I don't think you get what I'm saying. There's multiple things to this. First of all, ghost guns should be definitely regulated. That's just ridiculous.
But they're not.
I don't care if you're doing it a roundabout way.
Well, they are now. They are now.
Right, but they weren't.
That's what I'm saying. But it should have been like that from the beginning,
He should be free. They weren't when he was arrested. You can't retroactively criminalize somebody. If it wasn't, and you see this, hold up, before I say anything, you see this beautiful picture of this black queen who I can't stand but looks wonderful. Yeah, my picture works. My picture's better, sir. Stop hating.
I don't know what's up with Van Cat, man. I don't know what's going on with him, bro.
She looks beautiful. And I got a bunch for you. But all I'm saying is, I don't understand. Oh, thank you, sir. I don't understand how, they're coming, Van Cat. I don't understand how you could sit there and act as if, look at the pink. You're going to sit there
stop it.
This man
Caribbean queen.
You're going to criminalize this gentleman for something that wasn't a criminalistic act. He was doing something that was legal. It was legal And
Oh,
for
we
some
talk. Wait a minute,
strange
hold on.
reason,
We're talking about a different thing, Mike. I'm talking about Luigi. As far as that other guy, that other guy, it's kind of weird that he's facing 10 years, and
So
that's kind of weird.
let's break him down. Since that was the first story, let's break him down.
yeah, I
Now
think.
here's a real quick, Mike. Here's a
Go ahead,
guy.
go ahead.
Here's a guy, Dexter Taylor, college educated. The guns that you saw in the piece, not only did he 3D print those guns, he designed the fucking guns. The dude is a genius at the end of the
Yes, he
day.
is. Yes, he
He a
is.
genius.
Yeah.
He designed the gun, 3D printed the guns, and put the guns together like a gunsmith. I don't know how to put no damn gun together.
Nigga, I don't know how to 3D
Not,
print.
I can put an AR together. AR ain't got that many pieces, but like a handgun, you know how many pieces in a handgun?
I can actually put a handgun together.
Little small pieces.
Little springs and yeah, I used to take my
Yeah,
Glock apart
I can't.
and spray it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I go to the gunsmith, get my shit clean and all that. I'm all I can do is clean the barrel, the slide. That's about it. If I need like the inner workings, like the trigger mechanism, firing pin, all that shit, I take it to the gunsmith and go get it clean. I don't know how to do none of that shit. The dude is a genius. He didn't know how to do it either until he learned he autodidact. He learned the shit himself.
Yeah, he one of them dudes.
A genius.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't fucking with nobody. Had the rifles in his closet. His apartment looked like a shithole, but it wasn't cluttered with like clothes and trash and shit. It was all the shit that he used to put shit together. If you notice, if you look back at the piece, just shit just was strolled everywhere that had something to do with like engineering, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he had a daughter, so at one point he was getting some ass. Maybe he just said, fuck it, I don't know.
Nah, bro. He had another place. He had another place to get booted. That was his workplace.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. He couldn't even open his door. It was so much shit in there when the cops came in. But in any event, he wasn't fucking with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They from a task force perspective, they were actively looking at shipping lists for different people, seeing who was buying what. So you know, again, to me, I don't think the police got the right to do that. That's just me.
I agree.
But that's how they got on this radar. And then they started bird watching. And eventually they got enough to where they could go in and get a warrant and get it. To me, it's utter bullshit. That just being real. But go ahead, Mike.
I just want to notate that no matter how many white men go around killing people, they find it impossible to change the Second Amendment. But the second a black man start making guns they can't trace, all of a sudden the federal government make all these rules. Oh no, these need to be regulated. They need to have mental what are you saying? They need to have background checks. How come we ain't got that for regular guns? Why we ain't got that for handguns? Why we ain't got that for selling guns in the regular country? But when a black man do it, we need all these rules all of a sudden. White man been doing that shit for how long? Now all of a sudden we need rules. Y'all don't see the white supremacy?
Oh hell.
I don't know how the hell you get 10 years.
MD. Say I'm wrong.
10 years. 10 years.
They locked him up with no laws, invented the laws after he went into jail, and already gave him 10 years. Where am I wrong? Where am I wrong, MD?
Well, so I'll play devil's advocate.
Please do.
I thought Van Cat were gonna do it, but I'll do it. Devil's advocate. So he wasn't charged federally. He was charged state crime.
Right. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Biden administration made the laws right after he got arrested about the ghost gun.
No doubt. But the Biden administration is federal. We're talking about New York State.
And I'm saying they can't do it when white people do stuff. They can't seem to find a way to make these federal laws to get these background checks. It's so hard. The NRA comes up and stops it.
That's true.
Second a black man does it, all of a sudden, where's the NRA? I don't hear nobody screaming. I don't hear nobody saying
It's
nothing.
Yeah. There should be people all on Fox News like
They be
protesting
going
for this
nuts.
guy.
Where are they? Oh, it's the
Yeah,
nigger? Never mind.
yeah.
I wasn't going that route, but I get what you're saying.
White supremacy, you can say it.
It's
I'm
unavoidable,
good.
MD. You
So
can't look away on that.
Thank you.
We're talking about New York State. So he's in state prison right now. He ain't in federal prison. He's in state prison.
Yeah, I agree.
New York State Code says that you can't have these guns. I mean, point blank, period.
But the federal government says you can.
Where they say that at? I got the Second Amendment. I got the Second Amendment up right now. It says a well-regulated militia. Now remember, I'm the Constitution guy.
He was regulating the militia. He was making the guns.
Let me read it. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
That sounds like he was making the weapons for the militia. He's the guy that don't go to
agree.
war. He make the guns. Do
Again,
you send your blacksmith to the Crusades?
Well,
No.
I will say that you're talking about a well-regulated. At the time he made those guns, there was no regulations on that particular type of gun and the method of making that gun. So that would be bad on his part.
Did it for me. I was trying to play the devil's advocate. You just did it. Go ahead.
No, I mean that is my problem is that this is the United States of America. We got all these Congress and the Senate, and we got all these people that are in positions of power. How is there nothing on the books before 2022 when this guy got caught up? How the hell? And for how long they've been doing this? They've been doing this stuff for like years before that. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Like a gun is not a toaster, So anything related around a gun, a weaponry of any sort, should automatically have some sort of regulation behind
So
it.
let me give context,
Because
Van
there
Cat. Let
was
me give
no
context.
Negroes doing it, Van Cat. Once black people started doing it.
Let me give context. So when you 3D print these quote unquote ghost guns, right? You only I'm just dealing with handguns. Rifles, that's a different story. I mean, really it's not. But when you ghost print a handgun, you understand you just printing the frame, right? That's all. Yeah. That's all you can print. Everything else you got to buy. So I'm all for people being able to 3D print frames and lowers on rifles. I'm all for that.
But
the problem is how we identify the gun. The frame should so what they're trying to do. So in the Biden framing and what the Supreme Court, now remember, they upheld the Biden framing under Trump. You understand that, right? This happened the beginning of the year, Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So the framework says that these 3D printed products has to have some type of serial number and be able to be traced and registered. But the frame, if you 3D print a frame, you can't. All you can do is go and play Cowboys and Indians outside. You can't do shit with it. Why do I have to serialize the frame and not the slide?
Because because ain't nobody making those frames and putting them on their wall. It's not an antique or some sort of collectible.
But you could do it. You could do it if you want to.
That's fine, but it's more than likely a means to an end to get to a gun. And that's what it is. It's not going to just stay as a frame. It's going to evolve as a gun. So it should be there. It should be regulated for sure.
Then put the serial number on the part they can't print.
That's what I'm talking about, Van Cat. Why are you locking my ass up for 3D printing a frame when I got to go to Amazon or wherever the hell arms to buy the slide, buy the spring, buy the barrel, buy the trigger, buy the firing pin, buy the slide release, buy the back plate and all that? Like, why are we not giving more of a right accountability to the actual manufacturers that's willy-nilly shipping this shit.
Because
I
the
agree with
manufacturers are
that
owned by
part
white
too.
people.
I
Manufacturing
agree with
companies
that
are
part
owned
too.
by white people, and
Yeah,
white
yeah.
people pay money. Have you seen that French guy for the NRA in a couple years? What's his name? What's the French guy that's like the CEO of the NRA?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. That
Oh yeah,
jackass.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
La whatever.
Yeah.
You don't see him nowhere,
Yeah.
right? Because
Who
white people.
bankrupt the NRA is what he did.
Hey, good. The same
But
way.
still, I think all those parts, no matter where it comes from, whether it be an individual 3D printing, whether it be you buying it off of Amazon, like all those things should have all this red tape attached to it, all this regulations attached to it, because it's not like people are buying that piece and it's just that piece. It gets evolved to more until it becomes a gun. So I treat every piece that's related to the gun as a gun, bullets and all. Like, I mean, we should just anything associated with a gun to make a gun should be treated as such, and it should be the same thing. You know, I don't see why it's diff. Well, I see why, because everything's so
White
political and
supremacy.
yeah.
They not trying to put
Oh
no
man.
onus on themselves.
I could look up probably right now. I could do a quick Google search, Mike, and I'm pretty sure just as many white folks done got caught up in this. The issue is that this particular story, ain't no MD, bro. It is what I'm telling you.
No,
that's
no,
what I
no.
could
I'm
do.
gonna tell you that I have specifically sat around and been at places where they have ghost gun tournaments. I've been at personally ghost gun tournaments where they bring their creations and they shoot it and they show how deadly it can be and all that. None of them people have been hunted down by the ATF or by anybody that's in any other state. They did this because it was a nigga in New York. That's why.
Again, bro.
And if you think I'm lying, go look it up. They have pretty ass guns that look like stuff that Master Chief would shoot, and they work perfectly. They got tournaments. Who got the flyest one? Who got the smallest one? Who could make the biggest boom? Who could? They got all kind of stuff at tournaments. They got medals and trophies, and ain't no cop ever showed up.
You got to prove it, Mike. And it's the date gonna have to be quantified
It's
with
before
the reality.
Trump. It's before Trump.
Okay.
I used to
Well, if
go to the
it's
mail
before Trump, that means that it was legal.
It was legal when the black dude got arrested.
No, it wasn't.
How wasn't it?
It wasn't. The Biden stuff didn't come in until 2023. He got locked up in 2022.
That's state law.
And
when did the Biden stuff come in?
We talk what state? Some state, Georgia don't give a damn.
Hold on.
What you
when
got?
Did the Biden stuff come in? What time?
In 2023, and then the Supreme
When
Court
did the guy
upheld
get
it in
arrested?
2022.
So it wasn't illegal.
So again, bro, I'm talking about the people.
Don't
I'm talking about. I already done said that. I'm talking about the gun shows that you talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying
I'm pretty sure that was that.
The same.
I'm pretty sure that was pre-Biden. So that means it was legal. New York is a different. Me and you know that New York is a different beast when it comes to guns. Can we meet middle on that?
That's true.
Can we meet in the middle? Can we meet in the middle that this black man is not the only person in New York that's
I don't know that.
You know that. Anything that a black person is doing, a white person
I don't know, bro.
Hey, anything that a black person is doing, 3 white men have done for a decade. That is the second they made 3D printing.
I'm not no soothsayer, bro. I don't know what the hell going on. I'm the political prophet, bro, not a soothsayer. I don't know what's going on.
I'll say it again. The second
I get premonitions, they come to me, and then I speak on them. That's all.
The second a black person is doing something that makes money, there was already 3 white guys doing it that stole it. That's what they do. Hold up. Black people have pineapples? Let me steal pineapples and find a way to make money off it. That's what black people, that's white culture. White culture is taking stuff that other people did and making
From
money
other
off
cultures.
That's what they do.
Yep.
So the second they made 3D printing, ghost guns was on the list. The second they made 3D printing, there was a guy like, I can shoot a nigga with this. The second it came out.
Well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying I don't know, bro. But I mean, You can't make me say something I don't know.
You know what
I'm
I
saying?
do know? You know what I do know? This beautiful
that,
black
Mike?
queen on my thing looks fantastic in this picture. Mine look better, Van Cat. Look at that queen. Look at that black and white pic. Boy, you
I
know
don't
she
know what's
look
up
good.
with Van Cat, bro. I don't know
You
what's
know
up.
she look good, Van Cat. Stop hating.
You no, she doesn't. She look like straight trash. Anyway, you guys are just drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
I ain't drinking no Kool-Aid. I wouldn't sleep with her. Mostly because she married and because I got a beautiful woman at home. But if I was single and she was single, I'd drop it down a little bit.
Nah,
We'll get into Candace Owens next week on the politics of sex. I got a story with Candace Owens anyway.
We're gonna call it the hypocritics of Van Cat.
All right.
I'm not a hypocrite.
In my story,
all right,
you
so
are.
we can get into the next story. Like we shouldn't be here long because I only got 2 more stories and then done.
Right,
so we're talking about gun manufacturers. Now this one I believe me and Van Cat gonna get it in.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll stay out of it then. I'll mute up.
All right, no problem. Let's get into the next story.
I think the case in Connecticut brought by the Sandy Hook families against Remington Arms is such a landmark case in so many ways for those of us who've been watching. There's a law in place in the United States called PLACA, the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. PLACA prevents individuals from suing the gun industry for civil liability for damage caused by their actions. If I sue a gun manufacturer for a harm caused to me or my family, the gun industry is going to respond to that litigation by saying, I don't have the right to sue them because of PLACA. In this case in Connecticut, the family argued that it was foreseeable to Remington Arms that this assault-style weapon would be used in the way that it was used. They looked at how these guns are being marketed, how they're being sold, what the industry knows and doesn't know, and what Remington Arms knows about who's buying these guns. That's going to be really interesting. I think for many of us watching this issue, we see the way the gun industry and manufacturers market and sell these weapons. We know that they understand that those weapons are going into the hands of individuals who seek to do harm with them, to harm other people, whether it's people underage or even under 21, which is where a lot of these mass shootings happen. And there's no accountability for it. So a lot of these cases are looking at, okay, if the industry actually was accountable the way every other industry in this country is accountable, what might that look like? There's actually 4 states that have now passed laws which create a specific set of responsibilities for gun manufacturers: New Jersey, New York, Delaware, and California. California and Delaware and New York, cases can actually be brought by private individuals against the industry. In California, the law actually refers to itself around gun manufacturer responsibilities for the industry to behave in a way that takes account for potential harm caused by the product. There were 2 separate types of damages that were imposed on Alex Jones. One was punitive damages and one was compensatory damages. And the family that brought that litigation against Alex Jones was awarded both in different amounts. People have no patience for not only gun violence and the failure of the industry to step up and take positive action, but individuals like Alex Jones that are really worsening the situation by denying that these horrific mass shootings have happened in the first place. I have not found most politicians in the US, especially at the federal level, look at this issue strictly in the context of the facts and what works. But when it comes to the courts, really the facts, it has to speak for itself. It is creating this really positive opportunity to have a forum, to have a really specific conversation. Guns have changed. They've become far more lethal. And more importantly, there are so many more assault weapons in private hands in this country than there were a few decades ago. There has to be a commitment for the public, for all of us everywhere in the country who care about the safety of our children and communities, to speak up, to get engaged and active, to show up to those hearings, to make the phone calls to our elected officials. We know that Americans support regulation in all of these different ways, including assault weapons. But until they vote that way, until they speak out, then the politicians think it's a passive support. And so it needs to become an active support.
We're learning more about the lawsuit the city of Chicago filed against gunmaker Glock.
The suit alleges that pistols can easily be turned into machine guns. Dane Placco reports.
It's already illegal to put a conversion device on a Glock that essentially turns it into a machine gun. But now the city of Chicago is suing the gun manufacturer, saying it's doing nothing to stop the practice.
We want this to be a blueprint for other cities around the country who are facing the same source of harm.
In a lawsuit filed yesterday in Cook County Court, the city of Chicago says police have recovered more than 1,100 Glocks in the last 2 years that have been illegally converted into machine guns.
You are looking at a handheld machine gun. This is a weapon of war that should not be on any streets, but a handheld illegal machine gun that's being easily converted for around $20.
It's done by using what's called an auto sear or Glock switch, about the size of a quarter. They're sold online or even manufactured at home with a 3D printer. The switch allows a Glock to fire as many as 1,200 rounds a minute. The city's lawsuit alleges Glock could fix the problem, but refuses to do so.
They've known about this problem for years. Their pistols are uniquely susceptible to this easy modification. They can fix it. They've made a business decision to put profits over public safety.
But gun rights advocates say the city has misfired on its target.
I think it's more political than it is practical.
Richard Pearson, executive director of the Illinois State Rifle Association, says prosecutors aren't using the laws at their disposal when they arrest people with converted Glocks.
The federal penalty is 10 years in prison. The state penalty is 8 years in prison. And very few people ever get that. I mean, they let them go with a slap on the wrist.
In addition to demanding design changes in the gun, the city is also asking for monetary damages from Glock to help cover the city's cost of investigating and prosecuting crimes committed with the converted guns. Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
James, the court also ruled unanimously in favor of U.S. gun manufacturers in a case brought by Mexico. What kind of precedent does that case set?
I think that this decision was widely expected. You know, Justice Elena Kagan writes the opinion for the court. And I think that the idea here is that even though somewhere between 200,000 and 500,000 American-made firearms are trafficked into Mexico, and many of those firearms that are trafficked into Mexico are then recovered at the scene of crimes and murders in Mexico, there is not a finding that there is responsibility on the part of the gun manufacturers. This was an aggressive attempt by Mexico, aided in some respects by opponents of the gun industry, to hold the gun industry responsible for the consequences downstream, the so-called Iron River, downstream consequences against those gun manufacturers. I think what it means going forward in terms of precedent is that, as is true of many aspects of American lawsuits against American firearms industry, the mountain is very, very tall.
All right, Devin Dwyer, James Sample, thank you both.
Yo, MD,
All right, go.
Can I say one thing and then I'm going to shut up?
Yeah, go
ahead.
Only in America can they sue Glocks for having to investigate the crimes from them not stopping the switch, but then outlaw another country from suing gun manufacturers for the same damn thing. That
what? So I put that in there at the end, like timeline wise. That Supreme Court decision happened after the fact. So basically, that negates Chicago's litigation toward Glock. It negates. That's why I did that.
This country is weird, bro.
I tried to put it in a timeline for you.
I sent you some videos about what I said earlier. The competition, I put it in the group chat. I'm gonna get out y'all way, y'all handle y'all business.
All right, Van Cat, go. What you got?
One of the problematic things was that alteration on the Glock to make it like a machine gun. Like they were saying that the person gets like less than 10 years, 8 years. And in the previous story, we see the guy getting 10 years. They don't even serve the 8 years. They can get out with a slap on the wrist, like the guy said. I think that's problematic. But it's just ridiculous. I mean, this goes with the same thing I was saying. Here you have a company that knows that there's a modification being done on their weapon, and they're not really trying to stop it or do anything about it. I think it's wrong.
What they got to do with them?
Really, huh? That has everything to do with them. Come on now. That has everything.
Van Cat, I can go to Lowe's or Home Depot right now.
Yeah.
I can go get a handful of nails. Put them handful of nails in a jar with some type of chemical concoction and shrapnel everybody ass. Is that the nail manufacturer's fault?
That's not the same thing.
I can go home. I'm going home tomorrow. How's that not the same? I can go home tomorrow, Van Cat.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Go get in my ragged ass Chrysler Pacifica and hit the sidewalk and mow everybody ass down. Is that Chrysler fault?
So if you have a gun that can be adapted so easily with a quarter size application on it, and you as a manufacturer know that this is happening and it's leading to tragedies, and all you have to do is make an alteration on your gun, you're not making that alteration because you are completely on board with the alterations that are being done to your weapon, because you know that's going to draw certain people to buy yours because it's the simplicity of being able to alter the gun into a machine gun. That is a draw to your product. So they could kick rocks on that one. They're full of crap. They're knowing what it's doing. Oh, come on now. Come on, MD. Go ahead.
So all right. So me and Mike say he got a Glock. I'm a Glock connoisseur myself. I love Glock. Glock is America's pistol. Even though it was made in, well, it wasn't made, it's made in Georgia, actually. But it's an Austrian weapon, right? The most reliable pistol in all of the world. The back plate on the slide of a Glock can be taken off. And they put the auto sear in. We understand that, right? Yeah. Also, many gun manufacturers make other things that can be put in replacement of that back plate. Folks put little slings on that where you can affix it to the back plate. Little mini stocks, all types of shit.
Right. So you're telling me that there's a market for that? You're telling me that there is a?
I'm telling you it's a market. I'm telling you it's a market.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that proves my point that the company isn't interested in killing off that market because that comes down to dividends that they're gonna be missing. So you just proved my point.
They ain't got nothing to do with the auto sear. Yeah. Just because somebody did something nefarious, they still supposed to say fuck everybody else. Oh, we can't do this no more.
Okay.
That's what you're telling me.
So I'm just saying you need to stop the simplicity of being able to kill people in mass quantities and in fast timing. So okay,
right. You want to kill people slow. You want to kill people slow with shurikens and all type of other crazy shit. Van Cat want medieval sieges going on in the hoods of America. That's what Van Cat want. We all gonna be carrying around broadswords and all type of crazy shit, lobbing each other's arms and legs off. Is you cool with that?
That's better. That's better than having a guy knocking off like hundreds of people in less than a minute. At least you give me a fighting chance.
Go put one in the back of my head, bro. I don't want to be maimed and severed, man. I don't want that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more up close and personal with a knife than it is with a gun. So, damn. I mean,
Van Cat want Mortal Kombat at this month. Is that what you want, Mortal Kombat?
Hey, it gives me an opportunity to fight back.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, that white boy shouldn't have stepped up. I mean, shouldn't have pushed that guy in the rain. That's all I'm saying. You give me an opportunity to defend myself.
Damn, Van Cat.
Everybody coming out with a machine gun to Bambi's mom. Come on, man, really? Give them damn deers a fighting chance.
Listen, bro. Some people might be not that sufficient in the art of swordsmanship, bro. With a
Yeah, that's
gun, all you
fine.
just got to do is essentially point and shoot.
Exactly, which makes any loser really brave. That's all I'm saying. Like, you want to do something to somebody, then do something. But I don't think you should have a weapon that exponentially makes you capable of killing off as many people as possible. That's kind of ridiculous. I'll never see
Who
it
should
that
have
way.
these weapons? Who should have the weapons, Van Cat?
You know who should have
should
the
be
weapons. That's
afforded the right? No. You tell me who should be afforded the right to carry
that's
firearms.
in the war. That's in war. That's in military. That's not on American soil. We shouldn't have that crap in
Is
America.
it in law enforcement?
No, I don't even think law enforcement should have that. That's ridiculous too. We see what the hell when the police have high powered weaponry, they get ridiculous too. Remember that guy on his knees? And you tell him, if you make a move, and he just kept shouting instructions to him until he was like so scared he peed himself, and then he shot and killed him anyway. I mean, there's a thing, people are trash, man. Human beings are trash. And the last thing we need is trash human beings having more power. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to, my life is decided upon how somebody felt that day. So if they kind of pissed off, well, I was just out of luck. That's crap. That's crazy. Nah, man, there's a better way of living. This ain't living. If you're telling me I'm going to have a bunch of nut jobs, you see the way people drive and the stupid risks they take unnecessarily that could almost kill somebody. Obviously, in America, critical thinking is not a very big thing here. You know, we are doing a lot of stupid stuff that makes no sense, and then we try to justify it through these point of views that I don't agree with.
So great analogy you just made with the car. What do you do to protect yourself against the crazy ass people driving? What do you do?
If they're, well, first of all, if you're a crazy ass person driving, your license gonna get revoked. I'm just saying, you're gonna get revoked.
Answer the question, Van Cat. Answer the question. If you on the highway and people driving crazy as hell, what do? You
get the hell out the way. You get the hell out the way. But again, you're at the risk. If somebody is driving in the wrong direction straight towards you, what are you going to do about that? You can't do anything. You can react as best you can. But again, a person obviously clearly that should not be driving was just driving. And now my life is in jeopardy because we got some jackass here on the road. The same thing with guns. We got a lot of people that possess guns. A lot of people are unstable. Look at it. In 2022, 50 million people committed self-deletion. In 2020, that's 50 million. Think about that. Miserable, self-hating, angry, and other reasons too, not just shameful things and bad things. Not everybody had some stuff they were going in their life, and they just said it's easier to just end it, right? We got a lot of them people out there, and we're going to afford to have them have guns as well. Critical thinking is just not a forte in this country. I don't have a faith in people having weapons when we're ready to go to blows on scuffing somebody's sneakers. I'm just saying, man.
I agree with you on that.
People's lives should mean more than this. Like we just scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Essentially, you don't trust them niggas over there. I agree.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do to protect yourself against that?
What you want me to say is I'm gonna get a gun and I'm gonna blast him before he blasts me. That's what you want me to say. That's what you want me to say. But
that would be the logical conclusion.
So now we're the Wild Wild West, and now everybody, including Granny, packing in the purse, and now we just shoot. We're just wild shooting everybody and everything. This is that man. Marvin Gaye said, "This ain't living, man. This ain't living."
Bro, it sounds good what you're saying.
Of course, it sounds good because it's real.
Until then, I'm gonna stay strapped. That's just what it is. Mike, what you got? You got anything on that, man?
Well, one more thing, though, MD. See, you want to stay strapped. So everybody that's a gun owner ain't gonna be MD, the responsible gun owner. And now it's a
that ain't got
Russian
nothing to do
roulette.
with you though, Van Cat.
That has everything to do with
I
it.
think that's the problem. That's the problem
Okay,
right
go
there.
ahead.
I think
Go ahead.
I think we can pinpoint that
Okay, go
because
ahead.
you don't trust everybody to be responsible, and which you shouldn't. You don't trust everybody to be responsible. That means take certain rights and privileges away from everybody. Just blanket.
No,
It
I
shouldn't
didn't
have to
say
be
that.
that way,
I
Van
did.
Cat. What are you saying?
Look
I
here.
don't understand.
Okay, so there's the rights and privileges. I'm not saying take away your gun, but what I am saying is we don't need to make your gun super nigga machine gun. You can stay regular gun, and you don't have to have extra muscle and add steroids to your gun. That's what I'm saying. The gun culture is sort of ridiculous, and it's compensating for things in people's lives that they're lacking. It's got to stop, man. I ain't got time for this ego stuff. People have lives they're trying to live, and a lot of lives have been lost unnecessarily because of this.
Van Cat. So we just came to the understanding that everybody ain't to be trusted to do the right thing. We just came to that understanding, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we came to that understanding, don't I supposed to apply that logic to the real world? So I got a pistol. That's all I can have. And I'm supposed to expect the nigga or the crazy person or whatever manner of deviant to go off that same standard. So here I am with my pistol. I'm walking down the street, and somebody that's thinking of something dastardly come down the street with a damn Tommy gun. I'm outgunned instantly. Why not give me the same privilege? Go ahead.
So what you're saying is I'm going to be the responsible person, taper down my capabilities with my gun, but these other people aren't playing by the rules, and they're going to have overpowered. I'm saying that with legislation and regulation, that you do not have the capability to even obtain these guns, and it's highly illegal.
Impossible.
And if you're caught with it, what? How's it impossible? How's it impossible?
What do you
It
mean?
wasn't
How?
impossible for that. It wasn't impossible for that black guy.
You know how many rifles and all types of shit that's out on the street right now? How you gonna get rid of them?
So okay, easy. If you make an announcement, everybody going forward from this, make an announcement. There's a bill that passed. Hey, everybody from this date going forward, turn in your high power. Those are no longer legal. Anybody caught with one of these is going to face extreme penalties. It'll be a total difference in the shift. There's no need for this stuff, man. And the police use that as an excuse, right? Like, well, the reason they're really quick to blast so fast on people, even though they're always black people they're blasting on fast, it's because in America everybody has guns. There's like six or more guns per every person in the country. It's ridiculous. We're overridden with guns here. So there's no logic behind that except for a silly gun culture. And that's got to stop because lives have been lost that should never have been, and there's no safety in it. In the economic wise, you can go somewhere, supermarket, movie theater, the park, anywhere, and some bull crap just come out. It just goes off right then and there. And in this country, we are uniquely always in that situation, whereas other places in the world are not. And the fact that we don't punish and we don't make things more difficult to obtain those type of weapons is the reason why this continues to happen. It could stop like that tomorrow, but it's being done on purpose. Because whenever there's somebody, usually a white person, that stands to gain profitably from this situation, ain't nothing going to change. Because who's going to stop Whitey from making his money? And everybody else got to have a hard life and a short life because this cracker needs to get a third yacht or a fifth yacht. Frig them all, man. They can lick my ass. I'm telling you right now, I'm not budging on this type of stuff because I don't see having high-powered machinery and weaponry. How's that elevating life or doing anything? You know, it's not. It's making people more scared, more unsafe, and dying more frequently. And you know it's real because why? The Republican parties that lean towards this type of situation, they stop the statistics from being tracked because those numbers, they don't look so good. And we don't talk about what those numbers are as far as those debts and whatnot. That leans always to something nefarious. And whenever you try to hide something or not talk about something, don't talk about politics. Because don't talk about church. Don't talk about that. When you do that type of stuff, all you're doing is hiding things and perpetuating it to be worse than what it was before. I'll take it to Mike now. Go ahead, Mike.
You got anything on that mic? I don't know where Mike at. I don't know. He might be doing something. It is what it is. All right, so we'll go to the next story. This the last story. Then we're gonna get to the dub. We like I said, we ain't gonna be alone. So we see
no
what's
wrap
going
up on that, MD. No wrap up on that. How wrong I am.
I tried to tell you is ain't nothing else for me to say, bro. Like I said, your thing is everybody gonna be walking around with peg legs and maimed arms and all type of shit. What's gonna be the argument then? I guess regulation of sharp objects next. I don't know.
But why are we using so much?
I'd rather be shot than stabbed. I'm being honest. I just got to keep it real with you. I ain't got the technique of a shinobi, bro. I don't know shit about none of that.
Well, you don't get medieval.
I don't know nothing about nothing. Nah, I don't.
Well, we're gonna have to call you medieval MD.
So I'm gonna be at a distinct disadvantage, man, if it comes to that. I don't want to be lanced or impaled and no shit like that. That's what Van Cat wants.
Oh Lord!
Right? You get in a dispute with Van Cat. Van Cat gonna pull out the katana and see about your ass. You know what I mean?
I bet. All right, Lincoln Project.
Hey man, it is what it is. So So all right, we're gonna get into the next story. Like I said, you see what's going on in DC right now. Yep. We're gonna look at some crime statistics, and we'll come back on the other side of the video and talk about the reasoning behind everything that's going on in DC right now.
Somebody from Doge was very badly hurt last night. You saw that.
President Trump is threatening to take over Washington, D.C. after a Doge whiz kid was beaten up by carjackers.
The infamous Doge lieutenant, Big Balls, was just jumped in D.C. The 19-year-old former Doge staffer beaten by a violent mob of minors.
Edward Korstein, a.k.a. Big Balls, a name he chose as a joke for his LinkedIn account, was left a bloody mess after cops say he fought off a gang of teens attempting to steal his girlfriend's car.
Who's Big Balls? Big.
Korstein was hailed a boy genius when he dropped out of college to join Elon Musk's Doge squad to cut government costs.
One of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste.
And today, his old boss is praising his bravery. A gang of about a dozen young men tried to assault a woman in her car, Musk says on social media. Edward ran to defend her and was severely beaten to the point of concussion, but he saved her. Carjacking is an epidemic in D.C., and 51% of the perpetrators are juveniles. And cops say two 15-year-olds beat up Big Balls.
A year ago, my niece was shot.
The beating is sparking an outcry over violence in D.C.
This is a serious crime a mile from the White House. This isn't a joke.
Tamara Jackam's son, Eric, a 21-year-old congressional intern, was caught in the crossfire of a shootout in June and killed. Now the president is warning D.C.'s mayor, Muriel Bowser, to crack down or he will.
And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run.
Well, tonight, thousands of D.C. residents are worried about their futures as the nation's capital prepares for this influx of federal agents and National Guard troops. Earlier today, some residents held a free D.C. protest to express their anger and frustration. The demonstrations at DuPont Circle lasted well into the evening. News 4's Walter Morris was there, and he joins us live. So, Walter, I'm just curious, what did residents have to tell you?
Well, Sean, there were dozens out here and many in the crowd saying they disagree with the president's messaging, telling me they feel safe, they feel like crime is going down. However, tonight, not everyone feels that way. Dozens of D.C. residents and activists hitting the streets with a clear message for the commander-in-chief.
Crime is down. That's a lie that they're concerned about crime. They're distracting us.
This demonstration starting in DuPont Circle Monday evening.
Stand up, America! I'm really terrified.
Many, like Marissa Pinot, coming to voice their concerns about the president's plan to federalize the city's police department and activate hundreds of National Guard troops in the district.
I'm worried that this city is first, and New York and San Francisco and Los Angeles and Chicago are next.
We don't need the National Guard on our street. Statistics show that crime has been going down. This demonstration in March coming hours after this Free D.C. rally in front of the White House, while some lifelong Washingtonians say they're in favor of the federal takeover.
I'm happy that Trump is going to have this, have his department take over the police department. I think it's needed. I think we will have some results.
Leroy Thorpe founded the group Citizen Organized Patrol Efforts, hitting the streets of Chinatown in red hats with their violence prevention efforts.
And I think Donald Trump really wants to clean it up, and I'm all for it.
D.C. Council saying in a statement, this is a manufactured intrusion on local authority. Violent crime in the district is at the lowest rates we've seen in 30 years. Our local police department is the best in the country, and it is our police officers who should be leading the efforts to keep our communities safe, not the National Guard.
You know, this namby-pamby response that, oh, crime is down. No, it isn't down for the people who are victimized by crime.
Monday, U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro pushing back on claims that crime is getting better in the district.
If last year we had, or the year before, we had the fourth highest murder rate in the country, why are you so proud of the fact that crime has gone down? Gone down from what? Gone down from when? Crime is way too high in the district.
While longtime residents like Daniel Brewer say there's no need for the feds here in his neighborhood.
No, not at all. I feel like crime's gotten better over the last few years since pandemic.
News 4 I-Teams and Ted Oberg is digging into this for us for more context. Ted joins us now to sort of fill out the picture. Ted?
Yeah, Erica, this has been an interesting week when it comes to talking about crime in D.C. Remember, President Trump says on yesterday, in the Oval Office that crime in D.C. is ridiculous. Tuesday, on his Truth Social, he said crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. But let's be clear. Crime in D.C. is down this year, according to D.C. police, and the stats go through this morning. All crime, property crime, violent crime, all of it's down. Violent crime is down 26% this year. Homicide down 12%. Assault with a dangerous weapon, things like non-fatal shootings and stabbings, down 20% as well. Carjacking in the district is down 37% this year. 2 summers ago, it was a huge issue. Remember, June 2023, almost 5 carjackings a day in D.C. This June, about 1. Half the people arrested, however, in D.C. for carjacking, 51%, are juveniles this year, which brings us to a point D.C.'s U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro highlighted today. And Paul played you a bit of that. I want to listen again.
We're seeing far too much crime being committed by young people, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, that I can't get my hands on. I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of the pictures, but, you know, young people are coddled, and they don't need to be coddled anymore. They need to be held accountable.
According to D.C. statistics, more juveniles have been arrested in D.C. this year through the end of June. How many more? 1%. more than the same time last year. That's 14 more arrests this year. And without changing D.C. laws, the U.S. Attorney's Office, Jeanine Pirro's office, can prosecute juveniles. 16 and 17-year-olds can be charged by her office simply if it decides to do so for serious violent crimes. Murder, rape, burglary, armed robbery, and other crimes can be moved to adult court committed allegedly by 16 and 17-year-olds after a hearing. 15-year-olds in D.C. can be prosecuted as adults as well if a judge says they can't be rehabilitated by the juvenile system. The law prohibits children in D.C. 14 and below from being charged as an adult. In a letter to the D.C. Council yesterday, Pirro asked Council to reconsider a few D.C. laws that are, in her words, detrimental to public safety here. The Second Chance Act, D.C.'s Second Look Act, and the Youth Rehabilitation Act. That third one is the only one that would directly impact current juvenile cases by possibly increasing sentences for young people. The others deal with changes well after sentences are imposed.
President Trump's executive order focuses on clearing out encampments being used by people who are unhoused. That's why leaders at Miriam's Kitchen say they expect extra visitors during dinner tonight.
Yeah, the staff say they're bracing for even more than just an evening rush. Jacqueline Quinn spoke with those on the front lines.
Miriam's Kitchen right now is preparing for dinner. We see the chefs here cooking up or cutting up meats for carne asada. They serve about 400 to 500 meals a day, but they could soon see more people lining up, so they'll be one of the places impacted. And earlier, I spoke with a man, Jared Moore, who says he waited a whole year for a housing voucher, in that time sleeping on buses, benches, and he's worried for others who are coming after him.
I stayed in stairwells sometimes. I stayed wherever I could stay, wherever I could lay my hat. That was my home. It was worth the wait. You know, I struggled, but without struggle, there's no progress.
And Jared Moore wonders if the friends he's met can even come to Miriam's Kitchen for a meal or to meet with a caseworker after the president's new order to clear out homeless encampments. And Kirsten Queensland is the chief program officer. She's out on the front lines helping people get off the streets.
We're seeing uncertainty and stress. Both staff are wondering, how do we help people the best with the little information that we have, and then folks who are living in homelessness, living in encampments, wondering, am I going to be cleared out tonight? Can I go to sleep feeling safe? Where should I go?
Currently, an estimated 5,600 people are classified as unhoused in the district, but with only 3,200 emergency shelter beds available, the demand far exceeds the resources. Now, President Donald Trump has said federal agents are clearing out homeless sites and will continue to do so. This raises concerns that services could become overwhelmed.
It has been really harmful to our unsheltered folks who are living in encampments. Moving people from place to place at random is not helpful. It's not a solution. Isolating them from their outreach workers. We have street outreach workers who are connecting people with housing. They're building relationships. And once people move, it's hard to find them again.
I was working, but I lost my job. But like you say, we fall down on hard times. No matter how you fall on hard times are hard times.
And Moore says when it comes to the president's plan, he just hopes it doesn't make things even harder for those trying to get back on their feet.
All right, so you see what's going on in D.C. right now. I saw some fan cam videos that they were disturbing to me. Going and fucking with random people. I saw one video, dude was just sitting on his steps, smoking a cigarette. They came up there and messed with him, talking about they smelled weed. These was FBI agents. I'm like, what the hell? Hey man, the YNs, specifically the YNs in DC, they in grave danger. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Now I'm to the belief that this was more of trying to get homeless people out of DC. It can only be mandated through the mayor. If you take that enforcement wing from the mayor and give it to the president, you see what's going on. I believe that's what this was really about getting these homeless people up out of DC proper, I guess you would say, DC proper, and shipping them off somewhere else. We talking about, if you understand the surroundings of DC, it really ain't nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? You can go up to Baltimore, I guess. But I mean that's a little trip. That's a little trip if you're homeless. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, ain't nothing around. So, yeah, we gonna start seeing more and more issues when it comes to police encounters in DC based on what's going on right now. Mike, are you there? I don't know what's up with his mic muted. Oh, I get. All right, let me get. Yeah, Venkat, go ahead and go.
Yeah, this whole this whole thing is extremely problematic. And I'm not even sure if Trump is genuine or not, because okay, so this whole thing started with Big Balls. Big Balls got his ass beat. And once he got his ass beat, Trump came out and just said, "Hey, look what that did to somebody in Doge." Now, Doge and Trump is not on the greatest of terms, and that's all been pushed to the side. Big Balls is closer to Elon Musk, so I can understand Elon Musk tripping out.
I even seen a report that dude not even working in the department no more. That's what I saw.
Exactly.
Right.
So how does Trump get so passionate about Big Balls, but then, I think he's just said, you know what? Hey, we need to use this to do this thing we were going to do anyway, and he used that as a lightning rod moment to start rolling this out. Now, this is he's what, in office for like 7 months now, 8 months, and here he is on a second invasion of a state or city or territory of the United States. He's already less than a year, and he's already done this nonsense twice. I mean, I just don't think he's going down the right path. But I mean, this is what Trump does, especially with the Epstein thing. Let's utilize this to make people talk about this instead of talking about Epstein. The Epstein talk, I don't think is going away, but it isn't as loud because, we got this issue going on and it's directly affecting black people. And if black people have to focus on this, they damn sure ain't focusing on that. But the whole thing is just messed up. And like I said before in the group chat, why don't he just utilize, if he really is concerned about homelessness, which he's not. I don't even think he care about the image of homelessness, like other politicians like Gavin Newsom. I don't even think he even care about the image. You don't think so?
I think he drastically cares about the image, meaning he don't want to see him, like at all. You gotta understand, Trump is an aesthetic focused person. We know this. Look what he doing to the White House. He all about aesthetic.
Everything gold. Everything gold.
He wants to get rid of those people that not only around Capitol Hill, he want to get rid of them, period. Remember in the press conference a couple days ago, he even said, I got all these world leaders coming in, and they got to drive by. He said it.
Oh, Lord.
Bro, Trump is all about aesthetic. He wanting to get these people up out of there. And that's what he doing.
Wow.
And he can only do it under a mandate of law enforcement control within the city. That's the only way he could do it. Other than that, he ain't got no power to do it. It's all up under Mario Bowser. Now it's not, because he not took the control.
He can only do this for 30 days, too. He can only do this for 30 days.
30 days.
And anything more would have to go through Congress.
Right. Exactly.
And his history of passing bills is not the greatest history. So,
they'll give him the power, but it all depends on what get done. Ricardo, what's up?
We're doing panel. Here. No, I just wanted to chime in about the whole homelessness thing in DC. What was the whole premise of him going in? He said again was because Big Balls got beaten up or bloodily pulpered to a pulp, and it was concerning to him. But there have been other times when things of that magnitude had happened and then it didn't cross his mind. So I'm a little bit confused why all of a sudden Big Balls is the precursor for him to go into DC. It's all like MD says, he's very concerned about looks, which he's very vain like that. So it doesn't surprise me, considering he's the fittest president of all time. No. Yeah. So, the homelessness thing, and not for nothing. Yeah. I mean, if you go to certain cities, if I mean, MD, you've traveled a lot with your truck, so you pass certain places like Detroit. No offense to the Detroit people out there, because I have family
Hey,
from
what you
there.
mean? No offense. Detroit is a shithole. I done
It
been to
is,
Detroit before.
yeah.
It's a shithole,
Wait a
bro.
minute.
Trust me,
Wait a
trust and
minute.
believe. I have family from there, and I'm like, I will never come up here and visit y'all because it's just that bad. Like, it's horrible. And it's not to say that they can't fix up Detroit, because Detroit has a lot of beautiful homes that are like antique, like from the Gilded Age kind of homes that could be like restored and fixed, and it would just make Detroit look so well. Because remember, that's where the automobile industry started from this country. So there's a lot of prestige there, but it's just the look and the aesthetic and everything is just terrible. So I get what he's saying. On one hand, I get what Trump is saying. On the other hand, though, you have to remember that this is the same man that forced or created Doge, that then made a lot of people unemployed in the metropolitan DC area, or that triangle, which is like Baltimore, DC, and Virginia. I don't understand the context of what it seems like it's like a power grab to me. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, because I don't want to go off a tangent and go off topic. It's kind of like when they had the Maui fires last year, when it was like, oh, the whole um area of Maui is burning down. But then all of a sudden, what happened after the fires, if you remember, they all, like, a whole bunch of people came in and started buying out properties and buying out the land. So it just seems like it's too conveniently timed. Again, I always use this word, conveniently timed. Why is it that all of a sudden now you're so concerned about Washington, D.C.? It never crossed your mind. I mean, yeah, I hear you talk about draining the swamp. I hear you talk about this, but those are actual people, like terrible people that you need to be getting rid of. But instead, you're actually keeping them in your whole constituents, Trump. But that's a whole nother story. But I just find it weird, the timing of him coming in, and I think it's even deeper than that, MD, if you don't mind me saying, because again, I'm gonna bring in my twin here. The whole white supremacy thing of them, because I heard one of the MAGA Knights this morning talk about, oh yeah, we gotta clean up there's certain areas. It's like he wants to say the black neighborhoods, but he went into a whole thing, and I was like, dude, I understand what you're saying, but you could just call it for the context of what it is. You just want to get rid of the black people that you think is a problem in DC. And again, then MD mentioned it's like two fist politics past, that most major cities are actually very democratic. So again, what are they doing? Are you trying to stoke fear? Are you trying to do? I'm still confused with the whole thing. But then again, also, MD, just to point out as well, aren't Congress and people that pass bills on a break until September-ish, something along that line? So if the 30 days is approaching, how are they going to pass anything to extend what he's trying to do? Because that would mean they will have to come back in from their break or extended, leave or whatever, to pass a bill. Are they going to be able to do that? Because unless he calls them on a whim to do so, I don't know.
Yeah, I
That
mean, they can always be called back. The now I'm trying to think. Is it just a House break or a Senate break? I don't remember. I don't think both. I don't think both chambers are on break. I think just the one.
It's just the one? Okay, because I thought it was all of them. Like, they take like a summer extended kind of break thing, and then they come back in the fall and then do their, their
They come back sometime next month. I don't know what the exact date is, but I mean they gone for a minute.
Yeah, they're gone for
But they
quite
can
some
always
time.
be called back. They can always be called back.
But yeah,
So I mean that wouldn't be an issue.
but that's where but can he convene them to do so, or is that the Speaker of the House? That I
No,
can't remember.
the speaker or the majority leader in the Senate, whichever one it is. I have to reconvene them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
But
this damn country's
ultimately, it'll
gone
be up
to,
under
like,
Trump
I can't
anyway.
keep up. That's true. I mean, I don't see why he
Yeah.
couldn't executive order everything like he usually does, but okay. But again, the overreach of power is my concern here. Like, just like when you went to California, Ain't nobody told you to go in there with National Guards. Again, that if we're all going by the checks and balances, 'cause I still don't understand the mega people with that. How are you gonna go? The states, if I remember well, MD, correct me if I'm wrong, because civics leaves me every now and then because now we're not even following the rule book anymore, so I can't even keep up. If I'm understanding well, isn't it that the governor or the city mayor has to ask for help before the whosoever is in Washington D.C., i.e., president, then interjects themselves? I could have sworn that the states and the government are two separate branches. So how is it that he keeps evoking himself into certain affairs that doesn't concern him? I don't understand why no one's standing up and saying anything. But then Twin brought up a good point. Let it burn down, because if this is where we're going at, where he can say whatever he says and does whatever he wants to do, and we have a constitution, because I even hear that Miller moron said something to the effect of, oh, the constitution, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, but when, y'all were doing it the last time, it wasn't a concern. So all of a sudden now it's a concern, and it's that, you need to, what you call it, the constitution. It's always like this flip-flop nonsense that I'm seeing with, the MAGA and the current GOP. Like, they can't get it together. I'm so confused with the whole narrative of where they're going and their approach, and what is that? Just burn it down already. Like, I am ready for midterms. That's all I'm looking forward to. Just let me see what's gonna happen, because I know what's gonna happen, and then we're gonna see the whole, it's their fault, when really they were the ones that started this whole crap. So yeah, I'm just concerned with the whole overreach here of the executive branch going into the states and no one saying anything. I'm just a little bit perturbed, but what do I know? Civics have left me.
Right. So yeah, so again, we know this is DC, so DC is a different beast. So essentially what he did was, it's something called a Home Rule Act, which gives temporary emergency power to the president of DC. In the event of like a invasion or some type of crazy shit going on in the Capitol, it gives temporary power to the president for whatever means of the city of Washington, D.C. You can't do that nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Muriel Bowser essentially is like a governor. We understand Washington, D.C. is stateless, right?
Right. It's a district.
Right. It's a district, meaning that she has the authoritative powers to apply National Guard to D.C. She's the only person in the country that can do that as a mayor. You know what I'm saying? In states, the governor does it. She's essentially the governor. You know what I'm saying? But because it's D.C. and it's the capital, under the Home Rule Act, that gives the president temporary power, 30 days. Anything past that got to be put on the House floor and passed for essentially an extension of time. So he using it for nefarious means, but he using it. You know what I'm saying? So that's to give context to that. So real quick, I got this brought up. Full list of America's most dangerous cities as Trump cracks down on DC. Let's take a look at the cities just real quick. And like you said, Ricardo, essentially every urban area you go, I don't give a damn where you go. If it's urban, more than likely it's Democratic as far as governance. So let's take a look. Number 1, Memphis, Tennessee, M-Town. Another hellhole. You know, you go there, it's going down. The guy who cuts my hair, his son just went to Memphis, the University of Memphis for football. They bought him like a little Charger to drive around. The first week, I tell no lie, I wish I could call him up right now. The first week, they said they stole the car in Memphis. I said, God, but hey, it's got a reputation. Everybody know Memphis is crazy. But where is Memphis? In a Republican state.
Facts.
It's in Tennessee. Cleveland, Ohio. Another essential quasi-purple, but it's Republican. Yeah, Cleveland, another shithole.
Yep.
That's a common thing. Toledo, Ohio, another shithole. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I had to do some, they call them planners. It's the thing, like if you go downtown, wherever you live at, like they have these big ass like concrete pots, basically, where they put like plants and shit in. I had to go take some of those downtown Toledo, Ohio. I'm like, what the fuck? Why y'all got me going downtown in this big ass truck? Shithole. Toledo, Ohio. That's a common theme for a lot of these places. Little Rock, Arkansas, another shithole. Now, again, a lot of these places, Republican states. Peoria, Illinois, that's Blue Springfield, which I'm surprised Springfield is on there. Well, I guess probably not. Because, I mean, again, it's another urban area. Detroit, shithole. Akron, Ohio, shithole. Then you start getting
How many
Beaumont,
times
Texas.
Ohio gonna make the list? My God.
Oh, trust me, Ohio is up there.
Ohio is
That state is something else.
wow.
Beaumont in East Texas, Beaumont, Rockford, Illinois. Rockford, Illinois, going up, damn, what is that? I forget it's been so long, but like going toward Wisconsin. Evansville, Indiana, southern Indiana. Evansville, that's nigger town in Indiana. Along with Indianapolis and all shithole.
I'm surprised
Dayton,
Indianapolis.
Ohio.
Damn.
Dayton, Ohio, shithole.
There you go, Ohio again.
Nashville. I thought Nashville. Yeah, I thought you're supposed to put on your cowboy boots and swear dance.
Your way.
No, niggas getting shot and stabbed in Nashville.
Wow.
What we got? 14, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Springfield, Missouri. Chicago is all the way down to 16.
Wow.
That's all we hear online. Chicago, 16.
Chinatown.
Now,
on Fox
take
News
in mind
every day.
Take in mind this is per capita. So we understand Chicago is a bigger city than any of these cities. But per capita, Chicago is only 16. Salt Lake City. Who the hell is in Salt Lake City, Utah?
Not Utah. Then again, those Mormons do have nothing to do, so it doesn't surprise me.
Karl Malone.
Springfield, Massachusetts. North Charleston, South Carolina. That's like huge. I know that area well. Corpus Christi, Texas. All the way down at the damn at the tip, basically, of Texas. Well, it's like toward the southeast, but it's basically the tip. Wow. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Not Tulsa.
Albany, New York. Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo I can
City.
understand. Buffalo is under though. Yeah, Buffalo would be under. Yeah, you're right. It's the second largest city in New York. So yeah. New York
Shreveport, State. Louisiana.
Damn.
Baltimore, Maryland. Houston.
Houston is on
Gun
there?
Waving, New Haven. Yeah, Houston on there. Again, you would think a lot of the bigger cities would be on here, but they're not. Why? Because they're big cities. It's a lot of people.
But where's Washington, D.C. on this list?
I don't see it, sir. I don't see it.
We went through all of these lists of names, and it's not even in the top 10 or 20.
Gun Waving, New Haven is at 28. Now, I know about New Haven. I used to have a cousin. I used to have a cousin that lived in New Haven. New Haven is a shithole. New Haven, Connecticut. Las Cruces, New Mexico. I don't know what's going on in Las Cruces, New Mexico, but it's going down apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And Lansing, Michigan. Lansing is the capital, right? I believe Lansing is the capital.
Yes, it is. It's the capital.
So, there you go.
I have one quote I'd like to say that I'll just bow out. Those who are willing to give up freedom for safety deserve neither.
Now, I agree with that. Mike is right on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'll leave it at that.
Mike is damn right. But that's Vancat. Vancat willing to give up his freedom.
How did that become me? The propaganda is real.
Vancat want to give up everybody freedom.
Oh, Lord.
Well, he don't have to worry because they're already doing it.
He want Mortal Kombat. You want Mortal Kombat, Mike?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Because you step on my shoe, it's going to be Mortal Kombat.
FD is blatant with this guy.
I'm pulling, like I said, I'm pulling out shurikens, broadsword, and you know, I need some type of long bow and arrow. I'm hitting your ass with all of it.
My sword gonna fit in my gun. I'm gonna shoot it from the gun.
Well,
No,
I
not
mean,
like
they
a
got those.
bayonet.
They
I'm shooting mine.
yeah.
I'm shooting it right out the pistol. Blam!
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they got bow guns. What you gonna do about bow guns, Van Cat? We don't deserve them either, huh?
Nope.
Damn. Mortal Kombat it is, I guess. So there you have it, folks. Like I said, DC was not on that list. You know, I just wanted to make that clear. DC was not
So
on
what
that
you're
list at
saying
all.
is Trump is using propaganda yet again to give an excuse to do something he shouldn't be doing.
I'm saying that he's doing it under the guise of crime, but in reality, he want to get rid of the homeless people. I'm sticking to that. I'm sticking to it. You know, but that's not to say that we won't see these in other cities just to mess with Democratic mayors and governors. I'm pretty sure we will. I'm pretty sure
That's
we will.
crazy.
I mean, we saw a test case for that a couple months ago in LA. So, you know, there you go. Anybody else got anything on this?
Nah.
We're about to be a police state.
Okay. So, Mike, let me ask you a question.
Oh boy.
How you like your burger?
Medium.
How you like you like it medium well?
Yeah.
Right, you shouldn't do that, Mike. Loose meat, you can't do it with loose meat. You can only do it with steak full meat. It's different with loose meat, man. You can't. You got to have it well done every time with burgers. You can't. It's not the same as a full steak.
Well, I don't really eat burgers that much anymore, so it's cool. I'll die another way.
What about you, Ricardo? How you like your burger, bro? I ain't talking about how you cook the meat. I'm talking about like condiments and toppings
that's
and so on
different.
and so forth.
Okay.
Ketchup, mustard, relish, mayo, and
Relish, Mike. You coming out here
Relish.
with relish?
Hey, bro,
Mike, you Jamaican, man.
Damn right.
You Jamaican. Hey, Mike.
A Jamaican
Where's
that's
your Jamaican
Yankee-fied.
card? I'm taking that.
Hey, you call it what you want. Relish is delicious.
No,
Relish and
I
tartar
hate
sauce
relish,
are
bro.
on my list. I love them both.
We done
How you like your burger,
Caucasianized Mike.
Nah, man, my tongue like what it like.
I eat my burger plain, so you know it is.
I'm the same way, MD.
Oh,
No, not plain.
you guys are boring, man.
I put lettuce and sometimes maybe pickle. Like condiments, maybe like a smudge of mustard. I don't ketchup on meat.
Yeah, I only do the
that shit
ketchup.
is nasty, bro.
Yeah, I only do the ketchup.
I don't eat. I don't. That shit is disgusting. I eat ketchup.
Let me tell you how much I put on mine. When I get a hot dog, I take the hot dog out the bun. I put ketchup and mustard in the bun. I put the hot dog back in. I put relish on the hot dog. Then I put, if they have it, I put barbecue sauce. If not, then I put mayo on the side, and then put some. Man, I want everything on mine.
Yeah, no, I only do. I'm with you, Bones. I do chicken sandwiches. I'm not really a huge. I don't even eat hot. I can't even tell you the last time I had hot dog was like 25 years ago, if not 30 years ago.
Damn.
I don't.
See, I only eat the all beef hot dog. I don't eat that byproduct shit.
No, I don't
if
even
it ain't
like
all beef. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't. There's certain things that I guess the way I saw how they made hot dog once, and I was like, nope, never gonna eat it again. And from then I don't even mess with. I don't even.
But that's the all-purpose hot dog. That ain't every hot dog. They don't make.
I know, but from that, just the aspect of seeing it, I was like,
you talking about a nigga hot dog? They make nigga hot dogs like that.
I'm just not a fan.
I eat the
100% nigga beef.
Yeah,
I eat the Jewish hot dog. The Hebrew Nationals.
Yeah. The Hebrew Nationals, they good. Nathan's, they good. And like I said, bro, if it ain't all beef, I don't want it.
And cheese. And cheese.
Oh, I see. I don't. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
cheese.
You can put a slice of cheese on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I break
But
the slice in half and I put it on the side of the hot dog so I get it in every bite. But if
see,
I'm
with
at
me, like,
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
No,
He's
no, I'm
better
done.
off
I'm
just eating
talking.
the burger. What the frick? He's better off
No,
just
see,
eating
but I'm
the
a
freaking burger, man.
yeah,
I
I'm a
put it on my burger
germaphobe
too.
though. So like, I got a thing with like open and shit that I don't know where it's come from. So, but ketchup and like a patty, that shit is nasty. I don't see how nobody do that.
You
Yeah,
wild.
whatever. I'm eating
When
ketchup,
I'm at
mayo,
home,
mustard,
Yep.
yeah, I
And
don't eat
relish.
mayo either. So
avocados.
Okay,
yeah, I
avocado. I
put
can.
avocado. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I can
put
put avocado. I can. Yeah, I see that.
shit. You know, I'm the avocado man. Hold on, wait a minute.
Nah, I'd rather bacon. Give me some bacon.
Well, that too. I'll mix a bacon and avocado. I see
Yeah, I
you,
put
twin.
turkey bacon on there. But yeah, bro, you know I'm the avocado man. If it's anything I eat, I usually eat it with an avocado.
Yeah,
I just
avocado.
love
Yeah, I
avocado.
fucks with avocado. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Where
there's
your
nothing that
The
can go wrong with
superfood.
avocado.
hey, he got a Jamaican in his family somewhere.
How?
I know, right? Because
Oh,
every Jamaican, we don't call it avocado, we call it pear. There, so it's like a pear. But yeah, I can't do nothing without avocado. No.
We eat
yeah,
pear with
avocados, but they
everything.
great.
They got pear ice cream. They Jamaicans eat avocado with
Yep,
everything.
they have avocado patties now. Like I didn't even know
Well,
that.
Ugh.
Juicy.
well, avocado is really good for you. It's a healthy fat.
Hey, just like I
So
told my uncle when he told me that turmeric and what's that crap they sea moss and garlic and what's that thing I hate, cilantro, all these things that are good for you, I'll never find out because I ain't eating them.
oh, come
So
Nah,
on,
bro, I
you
Mike.
said
don't eat kale and you don't eat
Come
none of that
on.
stuff.
I'm gonna tell
Hell
But
you
you eat
no.
why.
bok chow.
Yes.
You better like
Bro,
bok
this
chow
I'm Jamaican, of
what I
course.
do, man.
because I was
I'm
about
finna
to
put y'all
say.
on.
I just planted some
Mike,
pop
don't do
shop.
that.
Mm.
I got some seeds from
Damn,
Jamaica.
I can't find it, bro. I sit here and eat this by itself. I split it.
Ugh.
I take the pit out. I eat it with tahini. Put the tahini in and
MD,
scoop
break it
that
up.
shit out and eat it.
I've
If,
never had tahini. I just see Mexicans eat it all the time.
MD,
Yeah,
break
man.
it up.
Not to me. I hear him clear.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something going on with your
Yeah,
Venkat.
I hear him clear too, Venkat. Sure, it's not your line.
The only way I can eat
I don't
avocado
know.
is to mash it with purple onions and other seasoning to make guacamole. That's it.
See, hey, that's the thing though, Mike. I love avocados. I don't eat guacamole, bro. I don't
See,
eat
No?
avocado.
I like guacamole. I don't like avocado.
What? What?
Yeah.
That's not how you're supposed to eat no avocado. Not to me, bro.
You're not
Yeah,
supposed to eat avocado.
but avocado is not for everyone. You know what I mean? But if you mash it and do it your way and not the industrialized way, then
But
sure.
the thing is, Ricardo, to me it ain't about the guacamole in and of it. It's about the texture. I don't like the
Yeah,
texture. You know
I
what I'm
get you.
saying?
I feel you.
I get
I
a
can
mortar and
eat the
pestle and make that
avocado.
thing work.
I can eat the avocado like solid. I can't eat it in no avocado. That shit is nasty.
Yeah.
I got texture issues, man. You know what I'm saying?
MD, you need to get that checked out, man. That mindset has got to get checked out.
What you mean? What that's supposed to mean?
Don't listen to him. MD, me and you are germaphobes, so we know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Nah,
I don't
man.
eat I
I'm a
don't eat no
germaphobe.
condiments from no restaurant. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm funny like that
If it ain't in
too.
a pack, if it ain't in a pack for me to do it, I can't do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's why
There's
I
certain things
steal the packs
I've been
from
like that
Publix.
since I was a child. Huh?
I go into
Facts.
Publix and I steal the little packs. And I walk
Yeah,
right out the front door.
But you don't have to
but
steal them,
that
Mike. You can just pick them up.
It
yeah, they
makes me
give it to
feel
you for
good
free.
to steal them. It's like stealing
Yeah, bro.
somebody's French fries. I don't ask. I steal them and run.
That ketchup on beef shit, that shit is disgusting, bro. Like I like
Wow.
meatloaf, right? When I'm at home, my girl, she make two halves of the meatloaf. One got ketchup on it for her and her them crazy ass kids. And my side got brown gravy. I like my
That's
meatloaf
what you're
with
gonna do,
brown
your
gravy on
twins.
Hey, what's that red glaze on
it.
meatloaf
If
made
you
out of?
eating ketchup and meat, huh?
What's that
Mike.
red glaze on meatloaf made out of?
Oh my God, Mike.
Ketchup.
That's made out of ketchup, for real? Yeah.
Mike, don't start. Don't start, Mike.
You talking about that red glaze? That's that. What's that place?
The ooze and the goose.
That's made out of ketchup. Well, shit. I
Hold on.
guess I love ketchup. Shit, that's just delicious.
He said the red glaze.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Boston Market. That's where it is. At Boston Market. You know,
Bro,
Boston
I
Market,
like
they got the red glaze on top of the meatloaf.
Stouffer's got they shit with gravy, and that's what I grew up on, and that's how I'm eat it.
You ain't never been to Boston Market?
I ain't never had no. Yeah, I ain't never had no meatloaf at no damn Boston Market.
Bro, look up Boston Market. That's the only place I had meatloaf before, except for my mama. And they got the red glaze on top. That shit fantastic.
Mike is calling it red glaze.
And he keeps saying it.
The red glaze. That's not what it is.
What is it?
It's ketchup, man.
For real?
This ain't no damn donut, Mike. What you talking about? No damn glaze. It's not a donut.
They put the ketchup on there first, and then they bake it. That's why I look glazy.
You have Vancat over here dying of laughter.
I don't know what's going on with Vancat.
I've been calling it red glaze my entire life.
No,
it looks like that because they bake it.
The only thing that would be glazed is a good old honey bun, if you get what I mean, or a good donut.
About to die on that one. Oh God,
bro, I'm really thrown. I really thought it was some red glaze. I thought it was meatloaf glaze.
So you didn't give a damn what it was. All you knew it was red glaze and it was delicious.
And it was delicious. That's a fact.
God damn.
I'm dead ass on the line trying to find out what the hell.
Oh God.
That threw me for real.
Well,
you know what, as long as you know that this beautiful black queen on here is lovely. Check her out, Vancat.
Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, man, let's get to the duck.
Today we're gonna do a duck burger. Quack, quack, quack. It's gonna be delicious.
Y'all some duck, walk like a duck. Y'all some duck, talk like a duck.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Now a story leaked by him to CNN is appearing now. Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson.
We finally beat Medicaid.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
He's right, he did beat Medicaid. He beat it to death.
Duck went like a dove. Feathers fly in the air. Waddle in here, waddle in. Y'all some duck, yeah, you some duck. Y'all some duck, look like a duck.
Who are we voting for this year? What? I can't hear you. Exactly.
I'm excited. I think he's going to do marvelous, just like he always does. And as long as the cards aren't stacked against him, I think he'll win the debate easy.
We're going to share the Trump burger. I'm going to cut it in half.
Oh, that means just me and her, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have that.
The Trump burger, all the way?
All the way.
Okay, drinks?
Is it really good like that?
It is good. You know, you're in Trump land. Everything goes. As you know, we're not so tight, you know, and when we don't get offended easily. No, we don't, because we don't expect you to offend us. That's why. I think he's going to be able to put her in her place. That's it. He's going to put her in her place and remind her of who she is, where she came from, how she climbed the ladder, which we all know. Well, not all of us, but I know. I've heard. Make sure you vote. Well, our menu does include a Trump burger and a Trump Tower and a First Lady chicken sandwich. But the item that catches everybody's eyes is the Biden burger, and it's for 1 ounce for $50, but nobody buys it.
Today, Uncle Jeff is going to take you to Trump Burger, virtually. First, I need to Google if Belleville, Texas is a sundown town. Trump Burger is a restaurant about 65 miles northwest of Houston, Texas in Austin County. In 2020, 78.7% of the population voted for Trump. The restaurant's owner is Roland Biani, a second-generation Lebanese American, which means he will never be allowed anywhere near Mar-a-Lago. I don't know if Trump considers Lebanon a shithole country, but it's not his beloved Norway. Anyways, here's the menu of this Trump-themed burger joint. Reasonably priced. The go-to is the Trump Burger. That's too big for his hands. And First Lady chicken fingers. While Trump Burger does offer salads, there's also a vegetarian option with the mushroom and Swiss burger. I'm only wondering because I assume with every meal comes an option for 45 to touch your meat. Without consent, of course. Trump Burger was trending on Twitter, and at Jeremy Newberger said, Trump Burger drive-thru. Can I get one double treason burger with Russian dressing? Full sour pickle, enormous buns smothered in ketchup, and hold the tax returns. Can you superlize it? Cash or charge? Can Mexico pay for it? Sure. Drive around the wall. At Just Me 5e added, ketchup spattered on the wall and broken plates as part of the tribute. Finally, at Sweetie Walker, wait until Trump finds out about it and sues for using his name. The owner of Trump Burger told the Houston Chronicle, quote, I would love to have Trump's blessing and have him come by. We tried to call them. We have some friends. We're hoping that he does soon and he sees the place. Not that Trump would ever show up, but hopefully he would. In this case, I'm actually hoping that something with Trump's name on it ends up being successful.
What Trump steaks did for the hungry, what Trump water did for the thirsty in our nation, what Trump University did to lift up the uneducated in our country.
I was going to encourage you to support this small business, and you can, of course, do as you wish. But even though the restaurant is not connected to the Trump organization, according to the owner, a portion of the restaurant's profits go toward Trump's fundraising campaign. So there's that. So let's go to Brandon's. That place would be gross too. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese.
This is a restaurant in Houston called Trump Burger. But guys, believe them when they tell you they're not a cult. MAGA is not a cult. They are not a cult. Maybe we should get a Biden burger. No, we would never do that because we're not in a cult.
Here are a few negative reviews of the restaurant called Trump Burger of Belleville in Belleville, Texas. Seriously. How the fuck did this place get a 4.3 rating on Google Reviews? Oh, that's right. It's a cult.
I want to say it was delicious, but really it was seditious. No, seriously, my buns were stale, burger overcooked, and they really need to clean their bathrooms. Will not visit again. Plus, plenty of other dining places in Belleville.
How sad. A restaurant dedicated to an anti-American traitor who tried to take down our system of government. And his cult flocks to it because they have nothing else to live for.
Very tacky. The beef tasted like burnt salted cardboard. If YouTube was allowed in North Korea, the North Koreans would say, wow, not even we know that level of commitment to our dear leader.
They forgot my ranch. The workers barely understood English. And the time to make 2 sandwiches with an empty restaurant was 20 minutes. Horrible service. The food looked like a wet diaper.
I swung by Trump's burger joint the other day, expecting some presidential flavors, but I ended up feeling more like I was on trial. The place was plastered with pictures of burgers that looked more appealing than their actual ones. I asked the waiter about their famous indicted burger, and he told me it comes with a chance of going to jail. I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but then he showed me a disclaimer on the menu. Talk about commitment to a theme. I tried the burger, but it was as dry as the recent court hearings. Even the fries seemed to have given up, lying limply on the plate like they'd been sentenced to life without parole. Overall, the place was a miss for me. If you're a fan of courtroom drama and dry humor, you might enjoy it. but I'll be pleading not guilty to returning anytime soon. 1 star.
One time I found an little-handed orange man in my burger. Said something about take guns first, then due process. Also, the owner's wife is a man.
The food is terrible. The burgers taste like treason. They get all their stuff from China. Bugs everywhere and hairs in our food. Never coming back. It's also just not a great idea to have a restaurant themed around a criminal who committed treason just because he couldn't get his way. Service was mostly polite though, so there's a positive.
Told to wait outside while they cleaned up. It was open. No one was in. Shouldn't it have been cleaned before they opened? Burger was too greasy. Don't waste time driving here. Houston has the better burgers.
Every time I come here, they're always out of the hate sauce. The people in Texas must really love their hate because it is always flowing around the restaurant and the general area. At least Whataburger has spicy ketchup. When you enter and see more fries on the table than IQ points for the consumer, you know you're in Texas.
New tonight, KHOU 11 confirming the owner of Trump Burger Restaurants, which has several locations in the Houston area, has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and now faces deportation. ICE says Roland Biani, a 28-year-old from Lebanon, overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. back in 2019. He was taken into custody in May and is now out on bond as he awaits immigration proceedings. In a statement sent to KHOU 11, an ICE spokesperson told us, quote, under the current administration, ICE is committed to restore integrity to our nation's immigration system by holding all individuals accountable who illegally enter the country or overstay the terms of their admission. This is true regardless of what restaurant you own or political beliefs you may have.
Yeah, man. Roland, you fucked up. And guess what? I think Lebanon, I've been to Lebanon, and you're either Muslim or Christian, but I'm thinking you might be Muslim, because Allah is not going to save you on this one. Trump was like, who's opening a restaurant without my permission? Can you believe it? I should have been owner of that restaurant, and he just opens up a burger stand and doesn't ask me permission. I don't think that's really bad. Yeah, you gotta go. Sorry. I don't know. Allah or Alala is not going to save you on this one. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu, however you say that. What is it? Is it it's something about hope. I don't know what it is. But you gotta go. That's so bad. You use my name and then you run out of your visa. Now you gotta go. Your burgers are terrible. They're so horrible. I've tasted them. See, if you would have asked me and you let me run it, it would have still been around. And now you gotta go and take your burgers with you.
All right, so there you have it. Lame duck number 5. Roland Biani. Now I couldn't find any videos with him or anything like that. You know, he's a stealthy duck. But hey, you cannot run from the duck for that long, folks. You can't do it. You can't do it. Vancat, what you got on Roland Biani, bro? Trash bag.
Well, oh yeah, he's a definite trash bag human of the week. And yeah, this is perfect once again. MD been hitting on all cylinders with these lame ducks. Talk about a dumbass. This is a classic dumbass right here. First of all, hey, let me take this idea and exploit Trump and his name. I don't have to have a good product. Just the fact that we're so political right now, this will be perfect. And not only open up one spot, he has multiple locations, and he's just riding and exploiting the mega cult, which they'll buy anything with his name on it for the most part. But the fact that Trump is just indiscriminately just screwing over his own supporters, people that supported him and got him in office and pushed for him forever. And when it comes down to it, this is like when black people find out or Latino people find out that you're not white, that you're not invited to the club, and no matter how much you try to pretend to be one of them, you're always going to get that reality check that you ain't nothing but trash bag humans. And I'm loving every minute of it. That's all I gotta say. Go to Ricardo.
All right, let me hit you this with this one, Ricardo. Let's do some quick problem solving. The dude was here on a visa, correct?
He sure was.
He opened up all these Trump burgers and was urging people to support Trump. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you've been through a process, Ricardo. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're here on a temporary visa, does that mean that you can vote?
No, sir. You are not allowed to, and they even specify that on the sheet, on that paper.
So wait a minute,
allowed to
Ricardo.
vote.
So hold on. Stop the press. You mean to tell me this dude did all of this and didn't even vote, didn't have the ability to vote?
Oh, he probably did vote.
It wouldn't surprise me either. That's what I'm trying to. I mean,
what do you mean? How all these Republicans that be talking about illegal voting, and you find all these Republicans illegal voting?
But we know that's bullshit. That's bullshit, especially on the federal level. That's bullshit.
especially if it's in Texas too, because we all know how they go on and on about stuff.
Well, he voted, man.
So I don't believe he did. It's impossible.
He
wouldn't have had the correct documentation to register to vote.
I don't mean nothing.
Now you could man. I see you.
Hey, Trump
dealing
me.
in conspiracy.
Trump told me that people that are dead voted. All right.
But we know Trump's full of shit.
You did say that.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
But we know Trump is full of shit. This man did not vote. He
welcome to the
exploited.
toilet bowl.
He grifted
Yes,
off a
he
whole
did.
bunch of white podunk white folk in a podunk town northwest of Houston, Texas, and they went with it because they don't give a damn. They idiots at the end of the day.
But there's nothing. I mean, when you look at it, though, MD. Sorry, Ricardo. When you look at it, there's nothing that tells you that it's not a Trump business. If anybody looking at it would think that this is Trump making a Trump burger stand, there's nothing that tells me that it's not affiliated with Trump. And he even imprints the Trump name on the bun.
We talk about the mind of a MAGA maniac. There is no logical reason with the MAGA maniac. Go ahead, Ricardo.
I don't know what to say about this dude. Like, in all honesty, for what it's worth, and I don't understand some of these people. Like, it really is a cult, because if you think about it, the great length and extremes I see these people do when they speak such big speeches, and then when it boils down to it, is like, how the flip did you not like? And then again, how do you not know? Listen, for what it's worth, if y'all are out there that are not naturalized, and I get it, because there's some people that I know that are not naturalized, and for whatever reason, they either have to find somebody to marry, and even that you can't even do no more, because the Trump administration now says you're gonna crack down on whosoever. Once upon a time, a dude could marry his sister, and no one would even know that that's his sister. They will say, "Oh, it's his wife." You know what I mean? You can't even do that no more. So that in itself, I always say, if you're gonna do things, do it the correct way. If you're not naturalized, don't try to do anything illegal. Don't do none of that stuff, because there's a lot of people now that's being swept and being caught up in a whole bunch of stuff because they follow this cult. And then, when it boils down to it, if you ain't white, it ain't right with them. So if you're of another ethnicity and whatnot, do understand that they're not going to give you the sympathy vote, even though you're with the cult. They don't care. So I, for the life of me, cannot understand this man did a whole business, went on and on about his McGriff savior, and he must have think that now Trump is going to come to his rescue. I doubt it. I don't think it works like that, sir. You've literally heard what I said in their disclaimer. it is their duty to uphold the current administration's rules and whatnot. That's what they're going for. So what my question now, MD, is what's going to happen to his businesses? Does the state take them back over? Does Uncle Sam take it over? Does IRS then claim it for themselves? Does ICE get a piece of the cut? What's going to happen to the businesses if he gets kicked out of the country for being an illegal
Well, he can still get
alien?
that revenue. He can still get that revenue. It don't matter where you at. You can still make money.
But will Uncle Sam
So
give you back your revenue for being kicked out? Can you claim it? I don't know. That's where I'm confused.
yeah, the businesses in the United States, Uncle Sam gonna get their cut either way.
That's true.
But I'm saying you
Very
don't
true.
necessarily have to be in the country in order to generate revenue outside of it. So I mean,
That's true.
he'll still have those.
Yeah, but
Now,
who's running
notice,
it? Who's running the business though?
I'm glad you said that. You saw the guy at the beginning of the piece.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a report when I was doing research trying to put stuff together. I guess that's his cousin. Whatever that was the manager of the store. Hell, he might get deported his damn self. I don't know. But I mean, notice everybody that worked in Trump Burger, them wasn't the white folks. Them was all Lebanese people. So why he gets shipped off to Beirut, the rest of the family, I guess, will be doing what they do at Trump Burger. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Too rich.
I don't know what else to tell you. Mike, you got anything on this?
Two things. One, nothing makes me happier than when non-white people think they could hate us enough to make themselves white. It don't work. Sorry. You got to wait till black people arise and then you can assimilate. You can't assimilate when we ain't got shit. That's just the way history goes. And secondly, could you please big my picture up a little bit so everybody can see
it?
Oh, what happened? Hold on, wait a minute.
The lame duck overshadows his avatar.
Yeah.
Oh man, you worried about that? That's me. My bad. Hold on. Man, you worried about that?
Nah, I just need to see something. I need y'all to see something.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Oh shit. Hold on. I gotta figure out how I did it the first time.
All right, y'all see that? I'm not the only person that thinks it's red glaze. It's called glaze right there. Glaze on meatloaf and the meatloaf glaze with brown sugar. That's what it's red glaze.
It's called glaze. I explained why it's called glaze. I explained
but y'all
that.
made it seem like I was crazy. It's called red glaze. And it's Worcestershire sauce and brown sugar and ketchup. I know I ain't crazy. Y'all made me seem like I was nuts. I had to look that up for real.
In the hood, at least the way my mama cooked it and how it was ketchup. It wasn't all that extra shit. It was ketchup.
Well, your mama is the political prophetess, not the culinary prophetess. She need to put some brown sugar and Worcestershire sauce in the red sauce.
Hell, I ain't eat it no damn way. So yeah, because it had ketchup on it.
Man, ketchup is delicious. Y'all need to stop. But I love seeing.
I eat ketchup. I just don't eat it on meat.
Well, you just wait for French fries. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even eat French fries no more. So I essentially I don't eat ketchup.
Bruh, I date Puerto Ricans, so I don't even eat ketchup by itself. All my ketchup got mayo on it. I eat ketchup and mayo mixed. I eat mayo and hot sauce mixed. I eat mayo and mustard mixed. I eat ketchup, mustard, and mayo mixed into a big, bruh, ketchup. Man, you wildin'. But red glaze to the world.
Yeah, I'm straight on that.
I want to.
Hey man, hey, that's
a red glaze.
Go ahead.
Meatloaf patty. Somebody need to make that. Get on that stack.
Yeah, it's called a hamburger. Like you got the goddamn ketchup on it.
Nah, I need the patty version. I need the crusty crust.
Man, I'm straight on that. Hey, that's tonight's show, y'all. I think it was a good show. I didn't think it was gonna go past 2 hours, but
that's
it's all good.
Too
like
much.
I said,
my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. Hey, it's good dialogue. Good dialogue. Hey, next week, the politics of sex. We're gonna get into it. Like I said, it ain't gonna be no raunchy shit. I got to. As a matter of fact, like I said, we're gonna talk about the Candace Owens situation with with Brigitte Macron. We're gonna talk about that. Finally, we're gonna discuss the Pornhub issue. We're gonna lay it all out on the table.
Mm.
How you get
We're gonna
around
go
it?
through. Well, hey, Mike will give you that technique. You know what I'm saying?
And
We gonna
bump you not doing no freakiness. We gonna get into it. Van Cat, bring your detailment. I'm just saying.
you know,
You mean Van Cat bring the earplug?
we gonna look at the well. I mean, I guess we can get into a little freakiness. We're gonna get into the debauchery that is Turning Point USA. I got a story on that. That it was some freaky stuff going on at Turning Point. We're gonna talk about, like I said, other stuff I'm gonna look up. We're gonna talk about all that. The politics of sex next week. That'll be part 3 in the MGSD series, and then we're gonna cap it off with the politics of drugs the following week. And that'll be a wrap on August, y'all. So hey, other than that, man, great show. Give your sign offs, man.
All right.
You last, Van Cat. You the B mic.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for having me. I tried to add some people. That's how Keatot showed up, trying to spread the name. Shout out to Mr. Voldemort for making it out the hospital. But he who will not be named, I will not name him, but I'm glad he's alive. He brought us all together, so there's love for him there. Shout out to everybody in my MIR crew. We are the best. Van Cat and MD want to join, and we had a person that tried to join on the backside, talking about she MIR Moon Goddess is right. I was like, nah, nigga, nah. You better come join. If you either join the crew or you out, don't try to switch it. And last but not least, red glaze is the thing. Y'all need to stop fronting. Red glaze is delicious. I don't know why y'all acting like red glaze ain't fantastic. And Candace Owens look good on my pictures. Van Cat stop it.
Oh man, I can't get over that red glaze, man.
Red glaze is delicious. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm straight on that.
I was straight in my mouth.
Go ahead, Ricardo.
Yeah, sorry I came in late. Got caught up in work and all that stuff, but it was a great show. I was able to listen to most of it. Looking forward to next week. Politics of disgustingness. Nothing beats everything that pertains to sex always sells. So y'all freaks show up next week and get into these stories because the Republicans keep getting freakier. I mean, they can't help being freaky. So there's a whole bunch of stories. I'm sure there's a plethora of stories that MD is going to touch on that reflects how the godly Christians that are the conservative bloc have been involved in a lot of disgusting things, and let's get into it. But yeah, great show. I was able to see the avatars though. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And yeah, shout out to you who shall not be named. Glad you made it out today. And I'm gonna see if I could draw in a lot more MAGA maniacs to start listening to Tape Fist Politics 2. And I don't know what happened to Sunblack. We're still expecting you to show up on the show, sir. The invitation is there.
And don't hold your breath.
Oh Lord.
But that's that.
All right. Thanks, Ricardo. So great show as always. 2.0 is on fire. And MD, shout out on the lame duck intro. Awesome. Looking forward for next week's show, Politics of Sex. And we'll be back with more. All of this is to lead to the Duck Cup. So keep an eye out on that.
Yes, sir.
And I say peace to everybody.
Yes, sir. Like I said, man, I'm still in the brainstorming phase of if I want to do a standalone TFP channel. I keep everybody updated on that. And try to expand in the media sphere when it comes to social media and stuff like that on the videos that we create. You know what I'm saying? Think about doing some shorts. I guess cutting up the lives that we do and maybe do some shorts. You know what I'm saying? Getting it out there on social media and whatnot. We'll see. we'll see how it go, man. But yeah, hey, other than that, we got another one out, man. Hey, we're gonna keep on rolling. Like I said, the Duck Cup. The goal of the Duck Cup, I'm planning on maybe doing like a selection show, maybe just before Thanksgiving, and then the actual Duck Cup will be from that point on to the end of the year, and then of course we'll take a break, and the new year will begin, man. We'll officially be in 2026 midterm season, so and that's when it's really gonna start to roll. But like I said, that's on down the road. We're just gonna keep it pushing with these episodes, and we'll plan out from there. So hey man, that's all I got tonight. Good night. I'll holler at y'all next week, 8:30 sharp, 8:35 sharp. TFP, the politics of sex. With that, I say peace.
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 Wah, wah, wah.